Good evening. Excuse me. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm just making sure the sound is good this time. Jedi, you can eat pop. I read braces and popcorn at the same time. You can have popcorn now. Good. Good. You can enjoy yourself now. Eat some good food. Thank you for the head pats, Bill. Oh no, what's happening? I might have too many things open. Let's see. Let me see what I got open. Sometimes this just happens. And sometimes... Nah, sometimes it just doesn't happen. One sec. Oh, okay. Maybe OBS is being a funky little guy. Maybe OBS wants to be a little weird today. Okay, who am I to judge, you know? Let me just pull up my task manager real quick, though.
Nom 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 nom. I have checked all the homework. They were all very good. Nom 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 nom.
I'm supposed to eat it.
ATL East is not bacon.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. It's not bacon. What is eating up my CPU? Oh, it's just OBS. Okay. Yeah, whatever. That's OBS. Well, because too much stuff at the same time. Probably, yeah. Normally it's fine, but some days OBS wants to play some games. Oh no! We just started. We just started. Excuse me, Scuddy Buddy. What? One sec. One sec. Let me just, Hi, Chatter. What's up? Excuse me. I'm almost better. I'm almost better. We're so close. It's already so much. Okay, one sec. Before I get, absolutely obliterated. Let me just real quickly say thank you. Astroma, you are correct. That is a lot of subs. It sure is a lot of subs.
It's super duper mega hexan ultra cutie patootie honey goblin, the cutest cutie in history. Lime zombie, the cutie with the cutest voice, the cutest face, the cutest smile, the cutest hair, the cutest personality, the cutest giggles and laughs, the cutest heart, the cutest feet stampies, the cutest everything. Lime Zomg, so much cuteness I got diabetes from watching her streams.
You should go get that checked out, actually. Actually, that might not be... Excuse me. Dang it! I am so close to getting over this cough. But it just wants to hang around and not pay rent. Gotta start pulling its weight. I don't know, what do coughs do? Clear my throat? But there's nothing in my throat. What's it doing there? Come on, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ooh, right. Let me turn on some music. And, Cam, thank you for the gifted sub. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. And Zeram, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Welcome back. Oh, Neko, I said, no. We've already, no. As soon as that happened, my CPU shot up. Oh no. Oh no, why would it do that? Why would it do that? Okay.
Mother, I have to ask, can we turn down the heat in here? I'm sweating like a pig in here. And honestly, I'm starting to smell delicious. Also, my cousins, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, and midnight snack wanted me to tell you that you are super cute. Kith kith kith. Cutie.
I'm gonna focus. Gonna focus. Alright. Alrighty. Cool. We're good. I didn't lose my place. It's fine. Vessel, thank you for the 200 shinies. Train won't stop this. It seems not. It really seems not. I'm not entirely controlling this train, But we're going somewhere, so buckle up. Cosmic Crustacean, thank you for the gifted sub. And Omar Makaz, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 18 months. Jobs suck. I'm busy. Miss your stream. No worries. Jobs are rough. Honestly.
A few moments later.
Take as much time you need to rest. You're more than welcome to come here and just vibe if you're feeling it. But otherwise, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. Your cough and your hype trains live the same way. Rent free. Oh, I would charge my cough's rent if I could. If I could, I would. Bastille, thank you for the resub. Happy 14 months, welcome back. And Forest Hammer, thank you for the 100.
Do we need to bully you into
Hello.
taking care of your health? Do we? We will. / get her chat.
Y'all already got me. And I've been taking care of myself. I had grilled cheese. And I have a little bit of tomato soup left in front of me. So that's going to be my snack. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to slurp it before the lesson starts. It would be... Don't make promises I can't keep. Don't make promises I can't keep. Rockhopper Fluffy Boy, thank you for the sub for... Oh gosh, for 6 months. Welcome in. I hope you are having a lovely Monday evening. Welcome to the tavern. A little hot in here, don't worry about it. And Scuddy Buddy. Let me just check something. I have something written down. Let me just double check. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. I think I noted it down. Yeah, I thought so. Scuddy Buddy, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. That's an incredible amount. But also, y'all can thank Scuddy Buddy for the bodysuit I have to wear later. Thank you, Scuddy Buddy. Now I got a new outfit. That thing, I put it on my throne. It was gone 30 seconds later.
We are already halfway there.
That's not halfway. It's a trick. Twitch is lying to you. It's not halfway. It's not like you're half the amount of subs on your way there. You need... Twitch tricks you. It plays little games. It plays games. You don't want to play games with Twitch? There, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh. Hello, Hollow Here for the lesson. Good. It's going to start in a little bit. Wolfson, thank you for the 100 shinies. Save me once again, honey. It's been a rough day. Oh, that's okay. You're here. We can relax. We can take it easy and do some art together. Rapfunk, thank you for the 100 shinies. Insider Real, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Beautiful honey gum. Thank you. Cheers. And blood. Oh, right. I forgot about. Oh. Blood Asp, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very, very much. It is a lot. Ooh. Hessel, thank you for the 400 shinies. Focus in this chat lies. Yeah, it's too easy to distract me. It's way too easy to distract me, quite honestly. Rockhopper Fluffy Boy. Thank you for the 1,000 shiny. It's so much. 1,000, it's 1,000 cookies. Star, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. I hope you are having a lovely Monday. Pestle, thank you for another 300 shinies. Zap, thank you for the 100. There was no homework. Please don't ask for it. All right.
When Honey says no,
see how it works.
Chat says heck yeah.
I have roll here. I don't know what to do about it. Goblin Town, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Welcome back. Thank you very, very much. Whew. Lord Logan, is it okay if I just watch you draw? Absolutely. That is totally fine. You're more than welcome to just watch and lurk or participate as much as you see fit. It is totally up to you. Yinhua, thank you for the 100 shinies. Passing by to say your stuff looks amazing and hope you have a great stream. Thank you. That's very nicey to say. I'm sure it'll be a pretty relaxing stream, honestly. I'm ready to relax on this Monday. It's been a long day. I've done so much work. Now I'm ready to learn from myself. Scuddy Buddy. Thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Thank you for being the helping hand for my start into drawing. I may be providing these tutorials, but you're the one who decided to do it yourself. Give yourself a lot of credit, because that is much harder. It's so hard to get into art. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did good. Vina, thank you for the resub. Be 10 months. Hope you're having a good January. It's still the start of the year. We're not even 10 days in. Ooh, gonna be a good one. I hope so. I hope so anyways. And Virgo, thank you for the 100 shinies. Still crawling my way out of debt, but I can't ignore my gob tax. Listen, save your money, pay your debts, pay your bills, get your groceries, maybe spend a little on video games for yourself or something nice. And then maybe after that, throw me like a couple quarters or something. Oh. Never spend your hard-earned, necessary living money on me. I would rather you didn't, because you gotta be treating yourself good first. I will be okay. I'll be totally fine. I want to be able to sleep at night, quite honestly.
Extra cute today. Oh wait, you think I was talking about you? I meant me.
Oh yes, you are. You certainly are adorable. Glad you finally said it. Hi, Gecko. Spending money on the coolest goblin guy. My mod. Were you not my mod? You're pretty cool, Gecko. You didn't have to do that, though. You were already cool. Oh, what's this? Oh, chat's going real fast. My bad. But I'm actually gonna doodle stuff while watching the stream. Make sure I'm not getting lazy. That sounds like a good idea. Even if you're not gonna follow along with the lesson, don't worry about it. There'll be a VOD. It'll go up on YouTube. You can watch it there if you're feeling it later. If you just feel like drawing something else, go ahead. Draw what you like. Back on this model is amazing. Thank you, Standard. I appreciate that. You have a YouTube channel? Yes. If you do ! Socials, you will you'll find my VOD channel. I do have a second channel that I'm planning to post content to. However, not much is up there except for a couple model showcases. So my VODs are all organized, and thankfully Guy has been kind enough to timestamp them so you can see when the intro ends and what part of the lessons you're at, and it's been very, very nice, and I very, very much appreciate it. Whew. Portal, someone's looking. Oh, wait, I already read that. My bad. Alistair, I'll pay you $20 whole to hug me and tell me that everything's gonna be okay.
Never forget. Ask
Do that
not
for
for
free.
whom the hype train choose. It choose for thee.
Choo choo. You don't need to pay for that, though. Things will be okay. Things are always rough before they get better. So, take it easy. Live responsibly and make sure to prioritize yourself, especially if you need it. Septimus! Happy anniversary! Thank you very, very much for the resub. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good time. We have all these free bits. Are you sure? Are you sure those aren't for you? You think Honey will be used to all the affection she gets every stream? I don't want to get accustomed to it and expect it, because I don't ever want to put a number on like that's one of the reasons like I'm not sure if I would want a stream count or like a sub goal for a stream, because I don't want to put that pressure on anyone, including myself, like either on chat or me. I just want to have fun. I want to have fun, hanging out, doing fun stuff, and just keep it light and casual. I like it. It's so much less pressure, you know? I'm drawing a goblin princess who rules over a kingdom. It's a pile of rocks where her pet centipedes live. That's adorable. I actually really like centipedes. I like bugs. They're really, really cool. I think the only bug that I get kind of scared of are slugs. You can't really pick them up. Every other bug you can pick up, but like slugs. They're slippery. They're very, very slippery. And that's a little bit too much for me. Are you going to guide us on how to make our goblin sonas? I did do a tutorial on how to do short stacks a while back. However, today we are going to be going over heads and features. So we're going to go a little bit over design principles, but for the most part, it's going to be keeping track of anatomy first, and then we'll go into silhouette and maybe hair framing, as well as eye shape and mouths. It's going to be a little bit of a... I have a set thing I would like to talk about, but then we're going to have breaks so that you can ask questions and maybe request certain things to learn today. So that's going to be today. When bug outfit. Ooh. I have so many outfits planned. I can't take on any more outfits. I can't. There's so many coming up. I'm working on them. But I'm also working on other people's VTuber models. I'm working on other people. So I can't just be me getting a new model every like 4 months. That's just not sustainable. So we're gonna pace ourselves. Take it easy. Take it slow. But also make sure that they're well done. With every model, I like to up something. This time it was definitely the tracking, as well as the outfits. They're fun to do. Quite honestly, they're fun to do. Here's one. Something about goals makes chat go feral with the amounts of support they give. Inspiring for fighting. Exactly. It can be a little bit, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. Not just for, like, the streamer, but also for chat. Because sometimes your brain goes burr when you see a goal and you actually meet it. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. And that's a good thing, but it's also a bit of a dangerous thing. So I have to be careful about what kind of goals I set on stream. Joshua, did I scare you? If I did, I'm sorry, Miss Goblin. I'm all right, thank you. I'm getting brave. Your folk lose. Honey trying to stay humble and grounded in the face of a microcosm of the internet fame is a good thing and should be commended. But that said, the compliments will continue even after the Goblin's self-confidence improves. Thank you. That's a very kind thing to say. But also, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Just give what you are comfortable and giving. That does not put yourself in any financially dire straits. Even then, there's nothing wrong with holding on to your own funds for something in the future, or even just to save up. Don't worry. I try to make this as free to enjoy and participate in as I can. Like, oh, honey, you always work. I know I always work. I'm always working. When am I not working? Heck, I work on the weekends. I work almost 6 days a week. I'm getting better with the work-life balance, though. That was one of my New Year's goals. So, usually days where I have streams are just like, all right, I gotta go work out. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta clean my house. I gotta cook stuff. I gotta meal prep. Which is a different kind of work, but it's not art work, if that makes sense. Take breaks. I'm trying. I am trying. I've been trying to go out for walks and go outside and leave my house. Because honestly, I don't leave my house enough. It just doesn't happen. I've been meaning to go for more walks because it's finally okay for my lungs to be outside without having coughing fits. So maybe I'll go for a run. Maybe I'll get to go back to running. I'm so excited. I can only do weightlifting right now, so I'm just trying to cope with no cardio. It's rough. It's so rough. Mappy, no tests? Don't worry, there's no tests. Just homework. Rockabye, your model's insanely animated. Like compared to a lot of VTubers, the model tracks your mouth movements very well and it moves so fluidly. Thank you. Yeah, I made it myself. So it's... Yeah, I know how to calibrate them, and I know how to make them move properly so that they have very accurate but also exaggerated tracking. It's fun. It's really, really fun. I love making models. Are the models 3D? No, they are 2D. Made from scratch, though. I need part-time streamer, part-time artist, full-time menace. I'm gonna be the greatest menace. I say that a lot when I play Splatoon now that I realize it. Anytime I do a good play, it's just like, ah, I am a menace. It is fun. Spider, thank you. Good at the right time for weightlifting and cardio time. Ooh. I like cardio a lot. I miss it. Oh, I haven't been able to do it because of my ribs, but soon. Hopefully the physio can fix me up soon. Patch me up, doc. Let's do the redeems real quick because it's been 30 minutes. Thank you so much for waiting. Johnny, thank you for the hydrate. Excuse me. And Fergal, thank you for the ear wiggles. And Kyofu, thank you for the posture check. Nice. Oh, this is good. Oh, my back didn't crack that time. Nice. And Thomas, thank you for the breathe redeem. Okay. Hi, Idric. Welcome in. And Mushroom Gobmead. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. How was your stream? You're playing. Oh, you're playing Darkest Dungeon. Nice, nice. Excuse me. I've heard that it's a really good game. I just haven't got into it. Fluffy boy, thank you for the 500 shinies. Center Deviant, do you manually control the ears? They're rigged to my eyebrows, so. I can't take credit for the full idea. I watched Ina do it like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, okay. I think I can push that. I think I can make it more expressive. So I did. It was fun. Echidna, I love your VTuber design. So cute, no matter the outfit. Like, great. Thank you. I love the outfits. Ah, I love designing outfits. It's hard because I can't draw cloth super well, but it's a good time. It's fun to learn. This stream was fun. It's definitely a fun game if you ever get into it. Ah, I know a couple other Goblin streamers do it. Sounds fun. I don't know if it's a roguelite, but it looks like a roguelite. Never underestimate the importance of very expressive eyebrows. That's why everyone loves The Rock. You can do the I can't do it. I can't do that. You ever tried doing it in VR, your model? Yeah, I've been working on it, actually. Sorry, I got distracted. It's only been 30 minutes, and I've already moved on to 3 different topics. But I've been looking into making very, very janky, basic 3D models so that potentially in the coming year, so this year is the goal. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but it's the goal to put a model into VR chat and give it a whirl, you know? I know nothing about 3D modeling. I know nothing about Blender. I haven't even... One of my New Year's resolutions was to download Blender. Haven't done that yet. I have a lot of other things I gotta do first. There are things that take priority. But in my free time, I've been making a couple models in VRoid just to get used to the basics.
Just to let you know, the bar is well taken care of. Someone volunteered to keep it clean and tidy. P.S. Honey Goblin is a good bean, changed my mind.
Thank you, Davidino. Thankfully, I have a lot of really cool people who are willing to help me out. Very nice of them. Deviant, thank you for the 190s. I'm glad you like the ears. Josh, move her eyebrows independently? Yeah! Is that not something that people can do? Sometimes I have to close my eyes to do it. Let me see if I can keep them open. I'm okay at it, but it's easier when I close my eyes. Name is pronounced as Nate. Ah, thanks for letting me know. I'll try to remember that. Have you ever drawn a grindilo? They're like goblin mermaids. Lower body's like octopus. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. You need extra arms for good years. I'm your man. I'm always here when you need to call me and always got a friend in Illinois. Why, thank you. Also, thank you, Akari. Or Akira, my bad. Alright. Dude, thank you for the hydrate. And after this, I think we're going to start the lesson. Excuse me. Gotta sharpen the pencil drawing knife. Get your pencil sharpeners out here. Get your best knives out. We're gonna do art. Let me see. There we go. Let's get some music on for this lesson. I hope this isn't too loud. It shouldn't be. It's the same settings from yesterday, but you never know. OBS did have an update. I haven't updated it yet. However, I am scared for when I do. I don't know how great the update is for VTubers yet. So I'm just gonna hold off a little bit. You have your number 2 knife ready? Excellent. You're ready. Alright, first thing we're gonna do, warm-ups. Gotta do warm-ups. Very, very important. Still sad that I can't sing. I've been practicing in the shower and it's going better. But I can't do it without coughing still. It sucks. Bullet, thanks for the posture check. Hi, Philistine. That was around 2 days ago. Sounds good? Perfect. Thank you. What kind of warm-ups do you do? Right now, I'm just doing motions with my arm. Usually my warm-ups are... I'm just trying to mix it up, but usually my warm-ups are circles. Trying to draw from the shoulder instead of the wrist. Because if you draw with your shoulder and elbow more, not only will you potentially avoid causing more strain on your wrist and getting carpal tunnel, but you will also have smoother lines. So if I just draw with my wrist, like keeping my hand or my forearm on my Cintiq, my circles must be a lot smaller and my lines are going to be a lot scratchier. Versus if I loosen my elbow and my shoulder, I can do much longer, flowy strokes. It really helps with line art. Exodragon, welcome in, thank you. SP Stories, thank you. I love the League playlist. It's a League Lo-Fi playlist, it's really good. Folks, you almost missed the start. No worries, it's all good. You can always catch up later too. Welcome in, Zethos. What if you have pause? Same principle. If you have pause, you still have a wrist and elbow and shoulder joint. You're still gonna wanna use all of it. Because again, if you don't, it really can strain your wrist and forearm. Like, I have very tight tendons in my arm. That's just something that naturally comes with me having smaller wrists. So I have to be very cautious not to grip the pen particularly tight. And I have to make sure that I am not drawing for an excessive amount of time. Usually my body stops me whenever I start drawing too long though. My line art gets sloppy and I get tired and my brain's not in it anymore. So it naturally comes to a stopping point. I don't push it. Guy Honey Small. Yeah, I'm very small. It's fine. It's fine. It is quite funny though. It's just both my parents gave me very small wrists and now it just... Stupid. Oh well, maybe it means I'm good at detail work. There we go. There's circle warm-ups. Let's do grid warm-ups. Adorable. Thank you. I'm learning to accept that as a compliment. Because most people mean it as one. Using the elbow and the shoulder. Straight lines. Up and down. Horizontal. Diagonal 2. The goal is not to make sure all the lines intersect perfectly, it's just to get the strokes out. You can try to make them intersect perfectly, but it's mostly getting the motions down. Are the class VODs uploaded anywhere? I believe I missed a couple lessons. Yes, they are actually, if you do ! Socials, you will find them on my VOD channel. They are in a playlist called Art 101, so you can actually find them fairly easily. Oh, thank you, Guy. Yeah. Switched my TV and wanted to watch on a bigger screen. I'm on a big screen now? Hey. I felt like being big. For once. How does the digital drawing you're doing right now work? Do you use a pad or anything? I draw on a Cintiq, so it's a screen that you can draw on. Some people use a pad, which is flat on their desk, doesn't have a screen, you can't see what you're drawing, so you have to look visually at a different monitor. My screen that I draw on is my monitor, so that's what I use. Epic's, I'm going to the kitchen. You need something from the top shelf, shorty? Maybe if you grab me some chips. I like kettle chips. Bam. Wow. Honey's famous now. I'm on the big screen, baby! Look out, world! Batbug still does other stuff with a screenless tablet. Yeah, Batbug? I mean, I know a lot of artists that drew with screenless tablets for years, and it just made them so much more powerful when they got a Cintiq. It's amazing. I love to see it. That's a pretty good warm-up. Also, I'm going to really quickly just stretch my wrist out in front of me, just so I can make sure the muscles are tight. And while I do that, Golodad, thank you for the breathe reading. So thanks for explaining. No worries. This is very much a, like, I don't want anyone to ever feel like there are any stupid questions here, because some people just genuinely don't know a lot about the tech side of art or the technical side of art. So this is kind of a nice place I wanted to make where people can ask pretty much any question so long as they're fairly on topic. And just not have to worry about feeling ignorant, you know? It's okay. We're all learning at different stages. Joshua, to be honest, I'm rusty. No worries. That's alright. Everyone gets rusty after a while. Art the art information marinades a lot, so you may find you have a better understanding, even if your skills and arms are rusty. Blues, when I drew on my Wacom Bamboo, I would move my monitor so it would basically float between the tablet and my head. Getting an articulating monitoring arm was well worth the price. Yeah. Yep. Articulating monitor really helps. Alright, so today's lesson we're going to focus on... head angles. This one I actually struggle with a lot, so I'm trying to give the most tips I have that have helped me learn easier. Head angles. Features. And I guess I'll put that together with features. Proportions. And then a little bit of design. With an asterisk. There are notes to go with this design. How cute would a goblin be if a cute goblin was you? No. It's fine. Billy, you don't know that? Be nice to yourself. The only stupid question is one you didn't listen to the answer the first time. To a certain extent, I mean, but genuinely sometimes I get the information and my brain is a sieve and it goes right through it. Doesn't even stick. Barely says hi and then it's gone. And then I have to ask a question again. And I feel a little bit dumb for that, but it's okay. It's better to ask the question twice than to ask once and forget and leave it. Whoa. All right, so we're gonna start with basic head shape breakdown. Noted, good guy. My brother does a lot of drawing, but I told him he should try doing digital. Now he does it on paper and puts it on the computer, redraws it, then works it out better. So I'm basically trying to find a way for him to do it easy. Depends on what he wants to do. Some people genuinely like drawing on paper more before they make it digital. I like it too. Because on paper, you don't feel like you have to finish it all the time. It can stay a rough. So sometimes it's a faster way to get the idea out than on digital. Because digital, you can feel the urge to polish it until it's done. Tactile response to it. Yeah, sometimes on paper as well, you feel it more. So on Cintiqs and drawing tablets, there's no resistance sometimes. And some people really like the resistance that pencil or pen gives you on physical paper. My advice is just like, let them do as they please. If they feel like it, they can look into the option. You can always give them the option, but like sometimes pushing artists into doing something while they're learning can be a little bit nerve-wracking. All right, so there is a basic head. Straight on perspective. We're gonna call this I can spell straight. Yeah, I can definitely spell straight. So very simple, just circle, I drew a jaw, and then did the crosshairs for the angles of the head. So the X angle and the Y angle. Those who don't know, you have the X and the Y. They both look like X's, my bad. X is horizontal and Y is up and down. So that is what I mean when I'm referring to the Y axis. So we're looking up and down versus the X axis, which is side to side. Just for language and understanding. Also gonna be labeling all the perspectives so that you can kind of see what people mean when they say 3/4, through, was it 5/8, and profile and straight on, you know? Western, yes, there will be a VOD on my VOD channel. If you do !YouTube, you'll find it. Sensory memory wipes in seconds. Short-term memory transfer takes 5 minutes. Class moves on and they just you. Yeah, it happens. Wacom makes a tablet you can add paper over it and draw with a pen. Ooh. Black Metal, there's a texture screen that you can add on tablets. Ooh. That is pretty cool. Local insertion, it is a bit of math. Another bonus one is the Z-axis. How am I gonna draw this? Ooh. I guess the Z-axis is mostly used in 3D, but it's also used in 2D for depth. It's the forward and backwards in space. We're not really going to be going into this one today. We're just going to be keeping it to these two. This is more for if you're into 3D or if you're making models. Dark Wolfson, can't draw but I want to watch? Absolutely no worries. Straight on. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Try to keep it the same proportions. I'm going to draw the axis first, and then the jaw. This is 3/4 angle. Or close to it. Not all of these are going to be perfectly accurate because I am freehanding them. Technically, you're supposed to draw the front of a round arrow if it was math, but this is not math. This is not math. This is art. It's different. But they are a little bit related. CF2, thank you for the ear wiggles. Can't draw a stick figure, and I'm happy with that. Good. If you are interested in drawing, though, I do actually have a VOD that goes over why drawing stick figures is one of the best ways to start drawing. But if you're not into it,
Hey,
that's
honey,
also fine.
I finished my froggy wallet from the other day and I named it after you, honey Goblove.
Oh, you metamorph. I love frog wallets. Ah! So cool. This is profile. So these are probably the 3 most common angles that you deal with art. And this is all on the x-axis. So profile is, as you can guess, just the side of the face. 3/4 is not, it's in between the two. And straight on is straight on. Create another layer and just gonna draw features on it. Really, really basic features. We're gonna keep it fairly simple. So thanks to having the X and Y axis of the face, we can kind of have a good sense of how to position everything. You have a segment you've done on foreshortening? Not yet. We're slowly making our way up there. For now, we're working on anatomy, proportion, and a little bit of design. Not a whole bunch, though. Just enough to give an idea of how to do it. I'm just gonna start adding very, very simple features to these faces. I remember when I was learning art, I kept getting taught very, very real-life proportions. And that was frustrating, because I didn't want to draw live, accurate people. I wanted to draw cartoony or anime style. So I kind of had to reference more manga and comics. It was just easier that way. Because when I was learning in school, drawing super, super accurately was good in a way, because it forces you to learn anatomy, but it doesn't teach you how to exaggerate features so that they are readable on a character. You know? Takes a lot of work. Yeah, life drawing. It's so much fun. That's all they ever teach. I couldn't stand drawing real stuff. Yeah, it's rough. It's a little bit rough. So we're just gonna keep it fairly simple. And draw the nose here. Very, very simple character. Not super complex. We're gonna keep it this way for now. Also, thank you, Edith. Is there something you conditioned yourself to add something to a drawing? For me, it's bags under the eyes and collar shirts. That is a very nice aesthetic, because tired characters are like, it's good stuff. So good taste there. But the thing that I draw... Probably just like eyelashes, or just... I focus the most on eyes. Because for me... I don't know why I drew eyelashes. I said eyelashes. I meant to draw eyebrows. For me, a lot of the piece is dictated by a character's eyes. If a character's eyes are very, very clear, expressive, in the focus of the piece, there's something really cool that our brains do, where our brains can understand what there's the story behind what's going on in the piece if they see the faces better. Not always, but I liked that about art, and so I really focused on eyes when I was drawing characters. Hi, Kuro. Hope you're doing better. Just pop it in and just say hi, but have to go. We'll watch later. No worries. Thank you for saying hi. You take it easy. The way that drawing is taught in school is the reason I never learned and did contemporary jewelry. That's pretty cool. Ron, why do tired people look so hot? I don't know, but they do. And I cannot explain it. Just... I don't know why. And I'm glad that more people are appreciating it nowadays. Because now it just means I get to see more art of tired people. And I love it. Honestly. It's good. Hi, Luigi Saki. Seeing realistically drawn person next to an anime-styled person would really show the differences in art styling. Yeah, definitely. There are probably pictures you can already see that. You can already look at to see that. So this is a really, really simplified breakdown of very, very basic head angles. Straight on, 3/4, profile. I'm gonna do ear placement too, because why not? This is probably like one of the simplest ways you can break down a face. Actually add a nose there. Yeah, something like that, yeah. So this is one of the simpler kind of face breakdowns you can do. I'm gonna keep it this simple so that you can kind of see how I do angles, because the X angle, not too difficult. It's when you get to the Y angle where everything gets really hard, and I do actually have to use reference for it, because it's not perfect. All right, let me just really quickly move this over a little bit.
Characters with bags under their eyes and or sleep deprived consistently go the hardest. The lack of energy in their character and straightforwardness make them so relatable.
You know, maybe that's it. I didn't think of it that way. That's a good way of like seeing it, actually. Art of tired people for tired people. Maybe it's just relatable. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Maybe a little off topic. Hands are difficult to draw. Well, any tips? I actually did a full hand drawing tutorial stream. It's on my VOD channel if you want to check it out. I go through a whole breakdown of how to do anatomy, a little bit of shape in the hand, as well as drawing them in different styles. So go ahead and check that out. Hopefully that'll help you. Make it so I can throw stuff at you. What if I don't want to? What if I don't want my class throwing things at me? I'm here to focus and teach them. Not to... Well, I know, I was about to say not to entertain you, and I'm like, actually, no. Gotta make learning fun, otherwise it's not gonna stick. What's 1/4 angle? So a quarter angle is... let's actually do this. So, I do this really quickly. If this is 3/4, 1/4 would just be like over here. If the character was facing slightly away from you, still almost profile. What if we throw our appreciation at you? You may, if it so pleases you. Mr. Bones, appreciate you doing a stream like this. It's helpful. I'm glad. That's kind of the point. I'm very glad that people find this helpful. These are kind of things I would have liked to know when I was learning how to draw. We're going to start doing the different angles. So, we're going to do the downward angles first. Doing prep for a new D&D campaign. This is a nice break from it. Nice. Oh, I'm starting out my new campaign. I just had the epilogue yesterday for my last campaign, and now we're starting the new one. We've rolled the stats for our characters, and now it's just a matter of waiting for our DM to finish polishing the writing.
I made a The Rock dialogue from WWE but gave a honey goblin twist. I am the ear wiggling, vtuber making, game plan, eyebrow raising. This stream was entertaining. Until the next time, chat, you are amazing.
That's good. Thanks, Forest Hammer. And Creepa, thank you for the resub. Happy 17 months. Been too long. Good to see you well again. Thank you. And Pervy Sheep, thank you for the 100 shinies. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't miss any questions real quick before I go too far. Gosh, I gotta go to work in the morning, and a beautiful young lady at work is my girlfriend. Can you set the dates to mess around Twitter on this video so I can do it tomorrow? On Twitter. You can find this on the VOD channel soon. Shouldn't be too long, but it will be up here as well for VODs if you like to watch it. Hey, Varric. How's it going? I am indeed a goblin. Pleasure to meet ya. Downward angles are dangerous. That's the anime protagonist is about to go insane and go, oh, it's a fun one to draw. It is a very fun one to draw. So the fun thing about profile angle downward facing is you can literally just do this. Easy peasy. It's the other ones which are a little bit more difficult. So as you can see, the anatomy is fairly the same. If you are trying to push it though, oh right, sorry, one sec, I forgot to draw the crosses. Well, instead of the, get a different color so you can see what I mean. So all of these are fairly straight in terms of how they are. They're very in the middle of the face with their eyes. Lower angles, we're just gonna literally move the line down. Straight line, come on. There we go, that's pretty good. Not for this one, but we're gonna move it down. Same thing with this one, move it down. And then when we draw the eyes, we keep the eye line lower.
I normally reserve my uses of TTS to try to fluster you and make you blush and possibly get some cute lil feet stampies out of you cause you're super heckin' adorable, but this time I'm just gonna repeat that I very much wanna play D&D with you at some point and would happily DM a campaign for you and whoever else you wanna play with. I know your schedule is pretty tight so it's highly unlikely, but many much want.
Thank you. I'm very flattered with how many people want to play D&D with me, but I do have an actual like very legitimate reason for not playing D&D very often. A, schedule. B, I already have a D&D group and I already have enough hard time committing to that. So it's rough. I do appreciate the offer though. Thank you very much. I'm sure you could find a group because there aren't that many DMs out there. Quite honestly, it is hard to find groups. So you're a rare one. We're gonna lower the nose as well. So when you lower your head, the nose and the mouth get closer to each other. So the eyes don't just move down, the nose and mouth do as well, but they kind of compress. It wouldn't in the profile view because nothing really changes, just the angle. The eyebrows also lower slightly to give the illusion of tilting downwards. However, if you tilt the front of the face down, the back of the head will rise slightly. So the ears will actually be a little bit higher. So instead of everything being on one straight line, they're tilted slightly. That's for downward angles. Similar thing for upward angles. So we're gonna do that. Also, thank you, Akira. It's so funny. Some people have said like, wow, do you hand animate it all yourself? I'm like, no, it's just tracking. It's tracking. I've just made it so that the model is very expressive. I specialize in facial movements. It's fun. I love it. It means it's a wonderful time puppeting. All right, real quick before I start upward angles, just gonna make sure I didn't miss any questions. Epic X have fun playing League. Death, thank you for the 100. Good to see ya. I stream with my PNGs first time Saturday. Ah! Congrats, that's awesome. It was super scuffed, but I'm glad to be doing it again. Now I just need to learn how to navigate OBS because I have no idea. Oh, OBS is a mess and YouTube tutorials are your friend. Seriously, even with YouTube tutorials, I had to really nervously reach out to like Gobby and Jumpster and be like, hey, so I don't know how to do any of this. Can you help me? And they were very, very kind. They helped me out and they explained some things to me and it was very, very nice. Blue. I always assumed the difference between stylized and realistic art comes down to exploiting how our brains interpret faces. Looking at a stereotypical anime face, the nose is often underplayed and eyes overplayed. Eyes are often called the window to our soul for a reason, because a significant amount of how we read other people is done through the eyes. As such, making them huge and overexpressive makes the emotion they convey more obvious. Exactly. Yeah. Brody, I'm a new and aspiring high school artist, and I'm trying to chance my dream of becoming part of the Pixar team. Got any quick tips that could help out? If you are going for something very specific, such as joining a Pixar team, look at... so this goes for almost any art field. This is what I had to do before I went into art school, because I was like, I need to make sure that if I go to art school, I'm going to leave with a job. So I did research about where I wanted to be at, like what studios I wanted to work at. So you look at what studio you want to work at, for example, Pixar. Sorry, it's a little off topic, but it is relevant. Look at Pixar artists and see if you can find their names in the credits, specifically of what team you want to work on, and look at their art. Look at what they do on their Twitters and their art stations, you know, any of their socials. Look at what schools they went to, and look at what the schools reference for their education, such as what artists they study. Because if you're going into Pixar art, I don't think a classical art training will help you too much. It might, who knows? You might be going into concept art, maybe. I don't know. But basically study the job that you want to find or want to get into. Study the people in there, where they went to school, and what they draw and how they draw it, and what they learned from specifically. It's a lot of research. But if you are looking for that, that is actually a great place to start. I'm just catching up with chat. Sorry, one sec. Also, Rockhopper Fluffy Boy. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Also, Kevma, thank you for the gifted sub to Vanrick. I missed that. And Creepa, thank you for the resub. Happy 17 months. Been too long. Good to see you well again. Thank you. I'm almost completely better. Sharpen, thank you for the hydrate. Phew. And Corinne, thank you for the posture check. Oh, yeah, I got something in my eye real quick. Don't worry, we'll get there. We got a lot of time. Whew. And Edith, thank you for the 100. I love how smooth your avatar is. I'm trying to draw using Fire Alpaca. Is it a good program for you to use? Yeah, if you find it's comfortable and you like it, 100%. Use whatever program you've got and whatever is accessible to you. I use CS Paint because I bought it, the full version, like years back. Excuse me. And I've been trained in Photoshop, so I'm used to programs like this. However, Krita, Procreate, and yeah, I only really know Krita and Procreate. Those are good programs too. You can draw with anything digitally. There's no like good or bad program. It's just what is affordable and accessible to you and what you're more comfortable with. Thank you, sheep. Just catching up. Sorry. Night Keeper. Happy New Year. Welcome in. Cheap. Stock successful artists.
Okay, got the goal. Ahem. Oh? It's the pretty, beautiful, adorable, lovely, precious, adored, loved, amazing, great, cool, wonderful, spectacular, charismatic, kind, funny, cheerful, small and cute honey goblin. The cutest goblin, with the cutest ears, with the cutest expressions, with the cutest voice. The shy honey, who has trouble taking compliments. The easily distracted and blushing honey goblin. The honey goblin known as the cutest goblin of all. Wow was going to say, oh you cute.
I'm trying to teach, Neko. Disruptive. Disruptive in my class, that's what that is. Thank you, Neko. Also, Death, I'm so glad you like staring at your PNG. That's the most important part. Ooh. Elianis the Brave made a difficult decision of quitting a job on day one since I didn't think I could handle it. I was replacing a managerial job for a month with no experience. Yep, that is very important. You have experience in that. I think my pen is made out of wood, but your tablet isn't. Magic. Also, I didn't feel like redrawing the tablet. Not gonna lie, I was like, I'll draw the pen, because then I get to draw it on the model here. But I didn't want to draw the tablet again. It's so much work. All right, draw on the base of the head. Same thing with 3/4. Once again, for profile, you can literally just grab it and rotate it up. Fairly simple. Now, upwards angles are a little bit trickier, and they're fun in a different way. I don't know why I didn't do that from the start. Dang. Here we go. Just gonna draw the features on it. Also, Lurk King, thank you for the resub. Happy 7 months. Welcome back. Santiago, I get that joke. I got you. Fellas, is it okay to wish y'all a happy new year? Fellas, is it okay to just wish y'all a good year and a well-being? Fellas, won't you mind to be well and have a good time?
I am Evil Port. Pay me truffles for 30% XP boost in drawing.
That's a good deal, actually. That's a pretty good deal. Wait, no, this is a front angle. Move up. Draw the upwards angles, and then explain to you why I'm not good at drawing them, but they are very important to learn. So, when you tilt your head up, the ears will go down because you're rotating the head in space like this. The ears will be lower down below the eye line. What will also change is annoying to deal with because this is a very difficult part to draw when the head is tilted up. It is the jaw. The jaw won't be as low as it normally is. It will actually come up slightly. However, this is a very difficult thing to draw. Do not get frustrated if it takes you a lot of practice. It is annoying. Mwah. But it's important to remember. This is fine. Yeah, those are kind of the basic angles. I'm not pushing them too far, just because for that I would need even more reference. This is pretty standard. Is there a tool for 3D spheres that artists use to draw heads in perspective? There are actually 3D models inside of CS Paint that I sometimes use for perspective. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. The best thing you can do if you want to get a really accurate head angle, though, is literally find a picture of someone's head at the angle you want, or take a picture of yourself in that angle, and then bring it into your drawing program and just trace over it a couple times to really grasp the perspective, and then put your character into that head position. Edith, thank you for the head pats. The jaw goes up the back of the head and goes down the neck. It's still just sitting there awkwardly. So up, back of the head. Down. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. For the most part, we're keeping track of heads, but I will also draw necks for y'all just so you can see. Whenever I draw, I usually draw the neck connecting. If you feel it, it's close to where your ears start, but not perfectly there. I'm trying to keep this model as gender neutral as possible so it can apply to multiple angles. That's a little further back. Head angles are so hard. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do breakdowns of heads. Not perfect, but it's a good place to find simplified versions of it and kind of grasp, okay, these are the small changes that happen depending on what angle your head is at, you know? All right. Real quickly, while I did that. Any questions? Wonderful, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you very much. And Simply Wood, thank you for the breathe redeem. Wonderful. Howdy, can't stay for long. Getting ready for work. Ooh. Have a good shift. Let's see. How do you do it if you're drawing a dog? Can the dog head angles... I can do the head angles very well, but I can't draw my dog. That is... excuse me. That's a little harder. Drawing animals, you can still break down their head shapes into shapes and then rotate them there. But it is harder to grasp than drawing humanoid characters. I'll have to focus on that at a different time because currently it's a little bit too advanced for beginners. You are more than welcome to keep trying it because, like, I know some people who drew animals before they drew people. Most of them are furries, and oh my gosh, reference furry art. I'm not even kidding you. They draw animals and monsters in amazing ways. It's wonderful to see their art. They're really good at line art and just making poses feel active and energetic with anthropomorphic characters. That's something that I cannot draw very well. So if you're looking for more animalistic characters, 100% reference artists who draw that more often. So is the chins that kill me at different angles? Yeah. Oh, it's the jaws. They're so rough. Yeah, my practice has been just finding reference images of models, doing poses and tracing them to get an idea of breaking people down into shapes, trying to get consistent patterns, and get a feel for those shapes in different angles. Yeah, that's a great way of doing it. What about gender evil and gender chaotic? The two genders. Are you evil or chaotic? Why not both, though? How do I draw the head of someone who's looking down at a viewer, like a very tall person? That takes perspective, which we will go over at some point, but really quickly, you will basically be doing this. You'll be drawing... Let me see this. I have a reference picture that would actually be very, very good for this. I know it because one of the goofballs sent it to me and it's really, really funny. I don't think I can find it, unfortunately. Shoot. But the best thing to do is probably take a picture of yourself with your camera down at your chest and look at it as if the camera was the person you're looking down at. Use that as reference. Again, reference is key for a lot of things in art. Excuse me, Gumroad artists have free brushes from many softwares. I save some so cool understanding head movement. If you can find brushes for your program, 100% use them. Or we should breathe. Yeah, I can hold my breath. Wow. It's fun. Let's see, what mic do you use? I use a Shure SM7B. I used to use a Blue Yeti back when I started streaming, but thankfully, because of the community, I have been able to afford a much better mic with much better sound quality. So, thank you very much for that. Awesome. Sam, thank you. The second line, the middle face, is something I can do kinda, but still trying to front is a big pain in the butt for me. Still trying my best. And are you well? I am well. Yeah, some people really struggle with different angles. I used to only draw in either front or 3/4.
Everyone remember, compliment Honey a lot. All the time. Like, just randomly and constantly. Watch, Honey, you are the cutest cute goblin in the whole world. Just the cutest little cutie to cute up this stream. The most adorable goblin in all the land. So unbelievably cute. Now you try chat, remember rapid fire.
You better watch out, Death. You have a PNG now. We can compliment you. It's amazing that furries are the best artists in the internet. They really are. They really are. They are just too powerful, and I love to study their work. Drawing question, how do you go about shading, like for light on reflective surfaces? I don't really... How do I draw in light surface? I would say look up reference, like look up a tutorial. Literally Google metal light, how to draw metal light, or light reflecting on metal, or light reflecting off surface. Google is your best friend, because someone's done a tutorial of it before. I am by no means the first tutorial person ever. A lot of what I have learned off the internet has helped me to really understand light, shading, texturing, as well as anatomy too. For now, we're focusing on head and angles. Might do a shading and lighting tutorial at some point, but it'll be really simplified, and I don't know if we'll go into metals. What would the angles look like if half the head is covered up with something very thick? Angles look like half the head is... They would look the same. Like, the head angles would not change. It's if you have something over top of the head, you would still, for example...
Love to gob, also hope your ribs are back in place.
Thank you, Meta. I think they're almost back in place. Like, I can see one is sticking out more than the other, so that's something I have to consider. But, like, they're almost back in place. So if you have something on top of the head while they're looking up, think of it this way. If the head is a cylinder, like this, it would change with the angle. So this would be close to a downward angle. A straight on would be something like this. And then looking up would be something like this. So almost as if you had a can and you put a little hat on it. The hat would react to the can being tilted. So the can itself would not have any changes, but the angle of the can and the angle of the hat on top of it would change. Find it useful to headbutt your paper as hard as you can. I don't know how good that is for your head, though. Just trying to keep up. I made a 3D model for streaming, but my old PC couldn't handle tracking, so I just took screenshots of the model to use PNGs for it. That's a smart way of doing it, honestly. That's good. Guess a lot of art drawing stuff is reference work. It's... I would say 80% reference work. Sometimes I draw from my own brain for fun, but if you want something to look correct, or air quotes correct, or more realistic or tangible, you 100%, or 80% I guess, are gonna need reference. And if you're not using reference, that extra 20% is experience from drawing that reference. You create a catalog of reference already pre-existing in your mind so that you have shortcuts to draw. Until then, you will have to rely on reference. Also, thank you, Bewitcher. He likes the head pads. I noticed everyone's picked up the SM7Bs for Twitch streaming. They used to have some fairly heavy outboard hardware to use practically because they need a fair bit of gain to run, but interfaces these days do really well with them. Yeah, they're really good. It was just... I had the funds, thankfully, to invest in my setup, thanks to y'all. And so I was like, I better have better sound. Like, everything else is kind of getting upgraded, but the sound needed work.
Would doing full armor covering head to be good for practicing body shapes and movement, shading, angle, position due to most full armor completely covers you? Also you're breathtaking. Pot friend Begwan.
Thanks. Thank you. Armor is good. It'll make you really good at drawing armor, practicing drawing armor. I would say for perspective and head angles and even body angles, you don't need to use armor to practice and get good at it. But you can. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, honestly. Normally, I would recommend studying with the human form as much as possible, like life drawing or even drawing your characters that are humanoid. However, it is more important for you to have fun and push yourself drawing something you enjoy doing, because then you will actually have more time doing it and you will learn faster instead of forcing you to draw a character you're not interested in. I found that is very true of a lot of art students. A lot of people in my class love to My teachers were really smart in that they let us draw our own OCs and put them into our projects. So it helped us to learn faster, and we were more enthusiastic about it because we got to see our OCs more often, you know? So draw what you love. It will help you. Don't have to draw specifically what I'm drawing, but these are just sort of like tips to help you out in drawing your own art. Faces are 10% of canned beans confirmed. They kind of are like a can of beans. Heck happened to your ribs? Do you get into mosh pit? No, I actually caught the flu, and the cough was so bad that I think I slipped a rib the first week, and then a rib popped out the second week. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. There was a reason I was on break pretty much for 3 weeks. I had a really hard time breathing. I couldn't stop coughing, and so I finally, once I stopped coughing, I was well enough to go to a physiotherapist, and so now I'm seeing a physiotherapist. It sucks, but that's it. Using a mirror help with how to draw light reflections. I think so, yeah. If the surface you're drawing, or the thing you're drawing is particularly reflective, yes. So kind of just draw your character from memory in 30 seconds. All right, 1, 2, 3, let's go. I got triangle brows. Dark teeth. And then got my wacky hair. There we go, that was 30 seconds, right? That's me! It's me! I can say that I struggle with basically everything pertaining to drawing, but I would love to learn, especially when trying to draw something like dirt and grime on certain objects. Ooh, like effects and textures. I actually struggle with those. I'm more of a character artist. A tip for forum and such is stick figures and unironically skeletons. Skeletons are great. Yes, 100%. Alcron, I'm fairly certain that someone is going to draw great art. Must be a way to either present it in a not safe for work way. I mean, if you can enjoy drawing not safe for work art and it really inspires you to really learn, 100%, go for it. Draw your not safe for work. Find the proper place to post it, of course. But like, especially for yourself and for learning, if that's what you love doing, go for it. I have an issue with the line quality. How do I remedy this? Up your stabilization. So your stabilization is... Oh, where'd I put my stabilization? There it is. Okay. So here, in most drawing programs, there is something called stabilization. This little thing here. Drag it up, and your pen will the line will follow your pen slower. That is one way you can draw lines much, much cleaner. However, I like to keep it at 0. I like how fast the pen reacts to the line reacts to my pen. It's different for everybody. Stabilization is especially good for people who have shaky fingers or like arthritis, or they're just not confident in their line work, or they have pain in their wrist. Like, it's great for many different reasons, and I don't think it's wrong to use stabilization. It's a tool to help someone draw. Drawing is already hard enough if you have regular wrists. If you need stabilization to draw straight lines or draw smoother lines, go ahead and use it. It's a good tool. Soggy, you watch Puss in Boots too? Don't spoil it. I really want to watch it. I haven't had time to watch it yet. I'm so excited. It looks so good. Nimitz, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. Welcome back. And I don't care to Freaky. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. Thank you. I hope you're having a good Monday. And Graveheart, welcome back. Happy 7 months. It's so good to see you. Happy to be back. Hope you have a happy holiday. I had a good holiday. I'm feeling good. I got to see some family, and now I'm back to doing art. So I'm having a good time. Download brushes. That is so helpful for beginners to do textures. Yes. Brushes are great for textures. For, what's it called? For fundamentals, it may not help very much. However, if you're just wanting to texture something, or you want like a forest brush, 100%, go for it. Or you want a brush that draws hair better? Yeah. I have to give her cough so bad to displace your ribs. Yeah, it was not good. It was bad. It was real bad. Also, thank you, Void. Trying to keep up with chat, y'all. Do you know about the Lazy Nezumi? Yes. Okay, I do know about the Lazy Nezumi add-on. I had to add it on to Photoshop back when I was in school. I don't have it now. I've just gotten so used to drawing without stabilization, but you did need it for Photoshop for a while. Leon, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, that's nice. All right, any questions? How can I learn to use construction? I'm so lost when it comes to constructing character proportions and poses. Construction, I think reference body types. So look at what kind of body type you want to draw, and then practice drawing those proportions. Like a lot of the times when I want to draw a character, I'll pull up that like Olympic women's body types chart online.
Honey has triangle brows, triangle teeth, triangle hair locks, and triangle ears. Would anyone be shocked if I pointed out that all of those triangles are acute angles? 'Cause Honey cute.
Oh, you're so smooth. Dang, how's my chat so smooth? I'm just here trying to teach art, and meanwhile they're just flexing their wordsmithing on me. Jeez. All right, cool. But yeah, for character proportions, I pull up the chart of the Olympic body types, and then I just it's for reference to draw characters like that. I practice drawing different body types so that I can kind of understand how to push and pull proportions in ways that I find appealing. What's your upper? I have no idea. Both men are for women what cat girls are for a girl. It's just natural that every time a canine individual appears, the feminine part of the internet. I don't understand what that means. My bad. Is there a way you could show how to do eyelashes? You do a lot of different types of eyelashes. I would honestly recommend looking at what kind of eyelashes you like to see in drawings. For example, if you like really detailed anime eyelashes, or you like really simplified ones like mine. Just reference how they are drawn and try to copy them to learn. It's not... A lot of it's just looking at what you like and trying to replicate it, I've found. But yeah, how I usually do eyelashes real quick is just like I draw the top lash, bottom lash. Wop. That's how I draw them. Nice and simple. And if I want to, I'll add like a couple extras for spice. You know, for a little flavor. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'll do. Whole class is trying to pick up the teacher. They can do it easily. I'm like, what? 60 pounds. 3'5". Not a question, but thank you for helping me with base understanding while I work on creating my own Goblin tuber. Not good because I can't draw and I've only been working on it for 5 hours. No worries. It takes a long time to do a VTuber. Like this one that you're currently looking at, if I remember correctly, took me about 2 months. Don't worry about it. Art takes a long time. It's not as fast as a lot of speed artists make it seem. Esgrom, thank you for the resub. Happy 16 months. It's been a while, huh? Welcome back. I feel like I'm decent with line work, but I struggle with coloring, shading, and shadows. Do you have any advice for that? Look up tutorials. Yeah, it's one of those, like... I also struggle with coloring because I have either synesthesia or synesthesia. I've forgotten which one it is. But basically, colors have textures and tastes to them for me. So it makes it so that I have a hard time understanding palettes. So grabbing a pre-made palette is very helpful. Because it can kind of give you a reference to work from and a repertoire of color palettes that you can eventually pull up from your brain down the line. Also, if you look online for color theory wheels, that'll help a lot too. That's a really good one for basics. I think for shading, I usually just draw the shade in blue on an overlay layer and then call it a day. I shade and texture very simply because I'm not good at it. I prefer the simplistic style because if I focused on rendering, I would be on one piece forever. Like, I have so many pieces I haven't even finished yet, and they're not even like super detailed renders. But I like to keep it flat, personally. Hi, Wolverine, what's up? Nice, so I can only draw 2D box figures? That's not bad, though. Not bad. Thanks, Spectre. Thank you for the ear wiggles. Help me find my stylus. I lost it in here. I've been using a mouse ever since. Just order a new one. Just order a new one. Get a new stylus. I understand the rigging portion, but where I fall flat is getting the idea to work on paper. Or digital canvas. It is rough and it takes a lot of practice. I will... Like, art is hard. Designing for a VTuber, just as much. It's hard because you have to understand when things are going to move and you have to prepare it for movement when it comes to making a VTuber model. The better you understand the movement, the better you will be able to draw it. Yeah, sorry, there's not a very easy answer for that one. There's a lot of color theory tools. If you want contrast on or shading on stuff, complementing colors would be really useful. Yeah. You have palettes that taste like meals and desserts. I have certain colors that taste like certain tones taste different. Like some are salty, some are dry, some are wet, and some are sweet. Some of them are like pungent or sour. It's weird. It's real weird. Head poses? Yes, Seiko. Head poses. You once told me that when you're starting drawing, you got to think about yourself as a baby, and it helped me be more confident in drawing even when they are not good. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'm glad that advice hit hard because honestly, it hit me real hard whenever I'm trying a new hobby. Anytime I'm trying a new recipe,
Colors
I'm
have
like,
taste.
I'm a baby.
Did I hear that right?
Yes. To me, colors have taste. Not all of them, but some particular colors. I have no idea why. It's just a brain thing. Synesthesia with music. Associate sounds with colors and smells. Yeah, it's weird, right? I don't have that one. I have it with numbers and colors. So explaining musical concepts in a way I perceive it often confuses musicians. It's not uncommon with musicians, though. Books and Broken. I should really bite the bullet and start working on design for a PNG tuber model, but I want to do music and stuff, so I have to figure out how to heck to do that. It's wild, but the fun thing about if you start with a PNG tuber design, you haven't spent a whole load of money, so you are pretty okay. You have time to work on the design and see what you're ready for. That is sick. No worries. Thanks for dropping by. All right. I think the username color is somewhere as close to a color honey as taste is lemon or salt. Yes, it's actually quite close. Yeah. It's close to like salty, but almost like sour lemon, but citrusy as well. It's weird. All right. I think that's enough for Q&As. Next, we're going to work on features and proportions. So this is when you're designing your own character's facial features. So I'm going to go over squares, circles, and triangles. Those are probably the most easy to grasp shapes. Are you licking your screen? All this talk about colors and tastes. I'm not licking my screen. I just feel it in my brain. What are your thoughts on trolls? Not like internet trolls, like mythical trolls. Pretty cool. Honestly, pretty cool. Don't get me started on noses. I always overcomplicate them. I make them real simple. I like my nose. That's usually how I draw noses. Easy, easy. 2 lines. Your brain has a tongue? Kind of. Put it that way. Got taste buds inside my brain, maybe. Doesn't everyone have that? But yeah, so we're gonna start with circle. And then we're gonna go with square. And we're gonna go with a triangle. So when designing for your character, you can think of a lot of different backstories for them. Like, typically, when you draw a strong, gruff, traditionally masculine character, usually the shapes most commonly found in the design are square. So the middle shape here. For villains, it's usually triangles because they're pointy. And then for main characters and protagonists, or like soft, bouncy characters, you have circles. These are usually what you start with. At least this is what they teach you when you go into design class. These are the really basic primary shapes you use in design. So when you want to elevate a design to make it look more villainous or more heroic or more stoic, whichever you choose, usually you try to repeat those as much as possible. For example, if you look at my design, there we go. If you look at my design, I mostly went with triangles and circles. Specifically because I like villain designs. They're very visually interesting to me. They're very, very fun. However, although I want to be more villainous and fun, I am a bit of a softie. So my head shape is very round. So I used a bit of a combination of both. For example, if you look at my ears,
So if I am to
very
lick
triangular.
you, would you taste like lime or mint?
I mean, maybe if I wore a perfume, it'd probably just taste like skin. Gross. But yeah, so if you want your character to appear more friendly, this is not always the case, of course. There are always exceptions to the rules, but these are usually basic. Having a rounder design makes your character's face appear more friendly and inviting, usually. There's always exceptions. Having more triangular and pointy bits makes them seem a little bit more... not unappealing, that's not the right word for it. Dangerous, I guess would be the way to put it. Square is also like very hard to move, if that makes sense. Very strong, sturdy character. So that's why, like, yeah, with my eyes, they're round. They're very round, but they have eyeliner, which makes them pointy. My hair, also a little bit pointy. I like it that way. The repeat shape design is there. For me, is circles and triangles. If you look throughout my design, I have circles and triangles almost everywhere. It's just repeat shape design within a character. So if you have a very round, friendly character, repeating circles is really, really good because it can emphasize the vibe you're trying to give off. I think this guy needs villain classes? Probably. Heck, I need villain classes, apparently. Warburn, thank you for the resub. Happy 11 months. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same, because you're amazing. Now that cheesiness is out of the way, hope everyone's well. I hope you're well too, Warburn. Welcome back. It's almost been a year. Oh gosh. Round like cinnamon roll. Yeah, kind of think of like that. Round like a cinnamon roll. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Can you concretely describe the taste of any color? Any examples? One of my mods, Guy, his taste is like salty mixed with the specific blue is just like salty, but also lemony. That makes sense. It's weird. Colors don't make sense, at least to me. Triangle ears and circle glasses. Yeah, so I didn't want to go with sharper glasses because that would be too sharp. That'd be too much angular for my character. So having them be more round helps to make things look a bit softer and friendlier for me. Also, keep this in mind. If you're thinking of doing this for like your own VTuber design or OC, none of this information is necessary. You can make your OC look like whatever you want, and that's the beauty of it. Because even if you don't follow design principles, your character can still look awesome. It's cool. I've seen people who break so many design rules and yet make a character look interesting. It is very, very nice. Hi, Dazzle. So Phineas from Phineas and Ferb's villain? Perhaps. An evil genius, maybe. But not always. Yeah, triangles are not always villains. That's typically the most common thing they're used for. For example, like Dracula. Or Catwoman. A lot of points and edges. Round character, you're talking about Kirby. Yes, exactly. Poyo? Poyo? Honey's triangles tend to all flow in directions, though, so you get a bit more soft and scrungly out of it instead of pointy. Yeah, so a lot of the lines in my design lead your
Triangles
eye
are
back
orange
to my
and
face.
taste vaguely of cheese. Wait, those are Doritos. Doritos.
Doritos. Oh man, now I want snacks. All right, let me continue with this. So I'm just gonna draw a example face. I'm just gonna draw anatomy underneath. This just looks like squiggles. And this just looks like Minecraft. Also, Triton of Atlas, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. I'm glad to be back. Permission to share the sheet you made with a bunch of colors and how they taste on Discord. Sure, why not? I mean, like, I don't think I have anything bad in there. But I think I also shared it here at one point. I can't remember where I put it. Hey, you started taking an art class today? Very fitting. You do a lot of circles, but some triangles to insinuate that there's something off about them. Yes, exactly. You can mix the shapes to add a more complex character. Triangles make a character look more dastardly, I would say. To me, though, I've always associated different shapes with various mechanical items. Squares and triangles would denote things like engines and chassis parts, whereas circles would denote wheels, axes, and gears. Yeah, that's... I can see that. Sinbred, welcome in. Thank you. Giving my villains sharp teeth is one of my favorites. Oh, villain or not, I love sharp teeth in my designs. They're just so much fun. You can kind of see how repeating triangles can make something look villainous, right? I'm just trying to repeat as many shapes as I can in this design. You can kind of see the different vibes they can give off. You can always mix this up, of course, but like you can see how different shapes can lead to different presentations when you first see a character. Bullet, thank you for the breathe. Fun fact, SpongeBob actually breaks the big rule, causing square characters that are meant to be sturdy, but he's fragile like a round character. Kinda, yeah. He also got a mix of circles because he's got like those holes in him. Went to click my mechanical pencil and didn't notice I was holding it upside down. Unfortunate. Whoa. Less sharp teeth. That's why my design has them. Yep. I do love them. I love them very much. These little guys are all adorable. Yeah! They follow very basic design principles. So for example, I could probably put like this here. An evil garden gnome. And then if I were to clean them up... Let's flesh out these characters a bit more, shall we? Gonna give them the Steven Universe teeth. Incorporating as many circles as I can into this design. Making it round and bouncy looking. Actually want to change those eyes up to make them look friendlier. What if I do villains that I make them look like something innocent but something very wrong? That's creepy. And that might be the point. That's a lot of horror monsters, is they look fine until you stare at them for a little longer, and then something is off. Actually, the Steven Universe teeth. I can get more roundness like this. I don't know how to draw hair. Ugh. Over a little bit. There we go. That looks a bit better. I should do Among Us eyes. I'm not gonna draw Among Us eyes! Someone sent me an Among Us meme today, and I was not expecting it. I feel so betrayed. See, how do I... I'm just gonna draw really anime vent hair. Why not? That doesn't look right. That's not it. Just adjusting my seat. I think someone earlier asked, like, how do I sit so long and do art? Great question. I just like art that much. Quite honestly, I just love art so much that it allows me to sit for long periods of time and just do it. Dusk Flights, thank you for the posture check. Oh, this is good for my back. Ooh. Sure, I got... Wait, where'd it go? One sec, I'm just looking for something. Okay, cool. Looks like we're good. Probably not me cracking my sternum with that posture check. Yeah, I've been feeling that a lot lately. That might just be me though. I was bedridden for so long that sternum, my body does weird cricky cracky sounds now. Yeah, pretty basic. We'll just keep it like that. So for squares, a lot of horizontal and vertical lines. I'm just trying to draw quickly right now so I can point across. Oh, this song? It is the movie Across the Universe. There is some Snail House in here, though. What physical body part do you find difficult even though you have a great practice with it? Probably the shoulder ball joint. I envy your ability to sit still, dedicated, and focused for so long. Might just be hyper-focusing, quite honestly. Art just gives me that much dopamine and serotonin that it's like, actually, you're okay doing this for a while. But sometimes, even if I sit still, I don't do art. And that's when the bad days of no focus come in. But some days just be like that. Did I just draw like Buzz Lightyear? Maybe I did. But I'm gonna give him an hat. If I streamed, I'd probably have to counter for how often viewers could hear my shoulders and neck crunch through the microphone. Sometimes it really picks it up. Yeah. Well, thanks. Thank you for the resub, by the way. Happy stream, baby. Thanks for the lessons. After a few years off because of life, I thought I could just pick up where I left off, but I would only get discouraged and stop several times over. This has helped me ease back into things. Thanks again. No worries. I'm very glad this is helping. A lot of people have told me that, actually, and it makes me really glad I'm doing it. Art is weird. It can be very difficult to get back into it after you take a long break. But once you get the rest off, it's not so bad. Reminds me of like a scarecrow, this one. Or a math teacher, actually. Huh. I like pointy designs. Yeah, they might be seen as a little more mischievous and villainous, but that's what I like about them. There we go. There's... got round, square, and sharp. Oh. Destiny Insane, thank you for the resub. Happy 7 months. Already 7 months. This tavern needs to stop having comfy seats. That's how we get you, baby. That's why you're still here, I guess. Now they're judging the triangle dude next to him. Yeah, they're all looking over at him. Art streams have really helped me with the muscle memory of drawing. Still haven't gotten used to the whole arm movement in drawing them. It's difficult, especially if you don't have a Cintiq. If you have a large sketchbook about the size of a monitor, just practice drawing in that, just with pencil. Just moving your full arm around the page while letting your elbow relax and be all wibbly wobbly, as well as your shoulder, letting it go, you know? I just wants a strong, angry, pointy lady to look at her with tired disappointment. You ain't wrong. That does sound pretty nice, actually. Maybe one. Not, I'll just draw her. I'll just have to make her. Gotta sit back a little further than you're used to when you're trying to get your whole arm into it. Yeah, exactly. It's a little harder. You gotta have, like, good upright posture. Alright. That's some different features and proportions. You can push these. So, what do I mean by you can push them? Hold on. If you wanted to, you can, for example, make this character's eyes much smaller. And it can change up the vibe. You can make the eyebrows much thicker. To exaggerate. You can make the nose much longer. You wouldn't actually change much from this angle, but you get what I mean. You can also make the mouth much more mischievous. So a lot of designing characters is, and faces especially, is pushing the size of very particular things so that they look like different characters. The important thing when you're designing your own character to remember is that you want to make them, mainly if you're thinking about going into VTubing, you want to make it recognizable. This was actually a trick my design teacher taught me, where if you are designing a character and you're not sure if the design works, if you have like a younger sibling, this is great. Show them a whole bunch of different designs, including the one you're working on, and ask them to draw it. If they can draw it, if they can draw it from memory, or at least the basics of it, it is a good design because they can remember it. If they can even recognize it amongst similar or even different looking characters without going into color palette, it is a good design. Not necessarily good design, I should say. It's a recognizable design. Also, yes, I realize that drawing is kind of getting into the Gary area. Gary's nose is much longer than that. The wicked eyebrow witch. I mean, I got eyebrows about that big. What if they can't draw? Your sibling? You get them to try. Or at least you can get them to describe it. For example, let me find a VTuber design that works, in my opinion, but cannot be replicated. Yeah. So here is an example. If I were to show you this character, told you, all right, look at this character for 15 seconds. About that time, and try to draw it. It would be quite difficult because that VTuber, Polka, is very, very complex. Their design is very, very, very detailed. A lot of what makes them recognizable are the very small things that your brain cannot remember very well. However, the design does work. Polka is, as far as I know, a very, very successful and fun VTuber. Louder than a marching band, but we love them nonetheless. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you break down their design, again, this is not at all bashing Polka. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm saying design-wise, I could not draw this from memory. Because if I look at Polka's design... There we go. There are too many details, and the silhouette is not super clear. The thing that I would remember the most is probably this double bunny-eared hat, if you were to ask me. But here's the thing. I would also need to remember, hey, she has 3 different tones of hair. She's got pink hair, black hair, pink hair. She has the cards for her hair pieces. She has all sorts of sparkles and hearts in her eyes. She's got different cheek markings. She's got another bow with a bunny on it. She has hair bangs that curve in, as well as bangs that curve out. She's got hair down. She's got hair braided, but also hair that comes out. She's got a rabbit ear. She's got a bow up here. She's got very not silhouetted clothes, so I can't remember how to draw that. With another bow and a strap and another strap, and it's split down the middle. She's got armbands that are different lengths and different colors. She has a strap on one side, but maybe not the other because the hair is covering it. It is a lot all at once. It is over decorated nearly to the max, but it works. Sonny, stop, you're making me anxious. Sorry about that. My design brain is like, I would never come up with something like this because I could never redraw something like this. And that's just my brain. I love simple designs. I love simple designs that are recognizable, have a clear silhouette, and people can easily recognize when they see it from a glance. That is not this, and it still works. It still works. So that's what I mean by, like, I can give you as much advice as I possibly wanted. But at the end of the day, if you want to go with an over-designed character, that can still very much work. It may not be in my wheelhouse, and it may not be my thing, but it could definitely be your thing. Simple is good, but complex is also great. If every character was simple like me, it would get boring. If every character was complex like Polka, it would also get boring. The variety is the fun part. One art style does not work for everyone. Now do Shoto. Shoto is actually quite simple. Let me go over that. Why is Demo my favorite character? I don't know who Demo is, actually. This might be a good time to go over, like, different face designs of other VTubers if y'all are interested. Let me just catch up with chat real quick. The small details is what makes character design stand out. Yeah! Other in the hat? I think it is. Can you do the same example with Juniper, kinda? Juniper's a different case. Juniper's design is... It's good. Like, it's very good. I am not going to deny that Juniper's design, excellent, good stuff. One thing that bugs me, it's very specific to me though, is because of my synesthesia, is the color palette of the eyes. That personally bothers me. However, that's a me problem. That's not on anyone else. Just because I don't usually go for that in a design doesn't mean it's bad. Juniper is also real funny. She makes all her models herself. Oh, skilled. Absolute powerhouse. She's awesome. I just got into digital art a few months ago and have been working on my VTuber OC. Would you be willing to do critiques? I'd like to share your viewpoint on creating a new VTuber OC versus a normal OC. You can post it in an artisan channel and ask for feedback if you'd like. It's very strange giving advice for me because like I am always worried about discouraging someone, because sometimes when people say they want criticism, they don't actually want criticism. They want encouragement that their art is good and technically correct, you know? And I don't want to be mean, because sometimes when teachers are mean or when people give critiques when someone is not quite emotionally prepared for it, it can really devastate an artist. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the one who devastates you. Death gotta go to bed was sprucing up my Discord while I was watching you. Cleaned up, now it looks like a respectable Discord server. Nice. Decided I'm gonna do this for me and nothing else, and I've always made excuses as to not stream, but now I'm knuckling down and doing the work and I'm ready to get to work. I'm excited for you. Congrats again on your stream yesterday, or Saturday. Congrats on your PNG. Volko is all interrupted stripes. Her eyelashes are interrupted by the sparkles. Her hair silhouette is constantly interrupted in shape. The design screams excess, but it's on purpose. Yes, exactly. It is planned excess in a design. It makes me worry about a lot about my design. Don't worry about your design. If you enjoy it and you like it, go with it. Like, y'all have seen my old models, right? I have changed since my old models. That's the fun thing, especially if you're self-made. You can update your model and update your stuff because your tastes will change as well as your skills will get better as time goes on. So things will constantly be in flux. Just gotta go with what you're feeling. Art has a lot of helpful guidelines, but not a lot of hard rules. Yeah, there's a lot of guidelines and things that have worked in the past, but that doesn't mean trying new things won't work either. It's weird. I gotta take a sip because my throat hurts. Yeah, Mac, thank you for the hydrate. Excuse me. You look at JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah! Sorry, that was really loud. Super complex. It is very complex. However, it's within its style and it's the point. But someone said bring up Shoto's design. Why not? I'll bring out Shoto's design. Here's his, I think, example sheet. Here we go. Oh yeah, this was done by... Oh, that's why. It's big. Shoot, who is the artist for this? No, they didn't sign it! Well, this is Shoto's version 2. So, this is a great design in my opinion. I really like this design. Let me tell you why. I love VTuber designs. Seeing how people present themselves gives me such joy. The Mega Scrub, thank you for the 500 shinies. Bits for the bit god, shinies for the shiny throne. Thank you. Important to consider what you're going to do. If you're going to webcomics, plan to update often, then simple is best. But you can still do really detailed, but don't kill yourself updating. Yes, depends on what medium you're using too. Hey, well, I'm an awful artist and I'm proud? Good. As long as you're comfortable with yourself. As a journalism major, that's the best thing to hear critique. Yeah, critique is weird and hard. And I don't know how I feel about giving it sometimes. I just remember during my art class, my teacher would give comments on everyone's art except mine. You'd walk past and say nothing. Yeah, no, that's also bad. That also sucks. Laughing Skull, that is someone from Hololive. You're correct. Polka is from Hololive, if I'm not mistaken. So Shoto's design is very good. In my opinion, let me just turn off this layer. Because his colors are very cohesive. They all are chosen from the same color palette. So the colors that he chose are purple, well, purple-ish, yellow or yellowy, blue, purple. This is a wonderful color combo. It is an excellent choice. And whether it was Shoto's idea or he commissioned an artist that knew color theory very well, choosing a palette really, really helps with recognizability in your character. Another thing that Shoto really has in favor is contrast. So when you look at Shoto's design, the highest point of contrast is the face. Meaning that contrast is usually when the lightest color is next to the darkest color. So it makes it pop more. For example, if you look at my design, the place where there's highest contrast, for the most part, there are always exceptions, would be my eyes. Because I use black and the eye whites to draw the eye, the audience's eye, towards my face more. Shoto has done something similar here, or Shoto's artist, in that if you look at the full body, there's no white or black in the body. There's just not a single tone, but multiple gray tones. And then as you get higher, it gets lighter. See, the lightness in the shirt contrasts the jacket, as well as the neck piece. But the lightest part of the model is the skin. So his hair, or sorry, his face, which contrasts nicely with his dark hair and the neck color. So your eye is drawn to contrast. It really, really helps. I love how we started off with like, this is faces, but it's gotten more into design, which is why I had to put an asterisk next to it. So if you want to, also another thing, if you're doing this specifically for VTubers, keep in mind, most likely 80% of your stream is going to be bust up. So the shoes and the skirt, the legs, up to you, but personally, they're not as big of a focus as the face because people relate to what they see in your character's eyes and their expressions on the face. So that is where, when I make models and designs, that is where I put the most focus. That doesn't mean don't focus on whatever your outfit is, because sometimes it's very important. Most times it actually is. But think about it as well. Think about what is going to be showcased the most. You know? There's a lot of symmetry in his face and jacket, only his hair isn't. Yes, there's a lot of symmetry as well. Symmetry is not necessary in a model. There is a lot of symmetry, but yes, there is some asymmetry in the earrings, in the way the hair goes. If you have a perfectly symmetrical model, symmetry implies power in designs. So if, for example, you are Monarch, which is Amelie, a lot of her VTuber design is very symmetrical, which gives the implication of like she is regal and poised. That's a lot of what power is in design. Adding a little bit of asymmetry allows for the eye to relax in certain places. It doesn't force you to look at them directly. It can let your eye travel a little bit around the design. VTuber question. Male VTubers are fewer in quantity compared to females in general. But even for the males that are out there, facial hair is practically non-existent. Do you think that's due to design or something? So part of it might be design. Part of it might also be that beards are actually a little bit difficult to draw for most people. It's not usually put into someone's repertoire because only a certain percentage of typically masculine people can have it. This is not to limit to gender at all, but like, so not a whole lot of people practice drawing it because it's not as common. So it might be a case of people just don't draw it enough, or it might be a case of not enough people have commissioned it enough. It might just be something that you might have to try yourself, or you might have to look for a specific artist. When cutting and rigging a model, though, it depends on how detailed you want the mouth to be. Because, for example, if you look at Shoto, very simple, it's just the mouth, the lips, and whatever's inside of it. If you have a beard, you'd have to think, okay, is it going to be like one flat color around the bottom of the face? In which case, doable. Not too bad in terms of rigging. However, if you want like a mustache and then like a goatee, or like the corners, the framing beard of the jaw, I've forgotten what that's called. But yeah, if there are more pieces, then you'll have to draw them in more ways so that they rotate properly in space. It is a little bit more work, so not a lot of people have drawn it very often. It's more of a specialized design feature. Not to say it's not impossible, just might have to find the right person for it. Does the highlights in the iris give more contrast? Yes. The highlights here, more contrast. Once I saw an artist in a major anime and con selling her original artwork for $20 per drawing. What she had on display was worse than amateur. I asked her how she was doing, and halfway through the first day she had sold enough to pay for her booth, food, and hotel. I've been an artist for 30 years, but I've never sold anything, and realized that in the moment she was a far better artist than I. Even was because she was doing the hustling. I was still looking for my big break. Just gotta go. Can't wait. If you wait for your opportunities, they won't come. But yeah, that's enough just looking at Shoto's design. What's another VTuber design we can look at in terms of like face and design? Where do I post for you to take a look at any feedback involving VTuber? Probably Artisan's table, and then specifically comment you would want feedback. Because not only I could give you feedback, I might, but the community can also help. Night, Solid Snake. I'm just trying to catch up with chat. Would you rig a beard? I think I would, yeah. I would definitely give it a shot. I would have to tell the client, like, hey, I've never done it before. I will do my best. As with that, doing anything new, I'm usually preface it with like, hey, I've never done this before. I will do my best, especially if I am start drawing it from scratch, you know? Any thoughts on upgrading a Muppet or Puppet style VTuber model and give it interesting improvements or fun movements? I don't think I'd upgrade to a Muppet style for myself personally, because I really like this style. You can get some weird, wacky, like floppy physics on it. If you were to do a beard on a VTuber would need to be rigged in pieces. Some parts of the beard don't move when you talk, while others move a lot. That's also another case. I might not know how it would move if someone had a beard. I would need to reference that. Maybe I'd look at the McElroys and see how they talk. Buff Pav has an interesting design. Buff Pav has a great design, yeah. Red Draw's also a good design. Stereotypical villain VTuber with a handlebar mustache is a niche that needs to be filled. Oh, Commander Chaos really did fill that niche, but he has since stopped his VTuber activity. Who is another VTuber with a good design that I could... Is? I'm just looking it up. What happens if I just look up VTuber? Pokemon shows up. Okay. Here's a really good one, actually. Not the right picture of him, but... Here we go. This is a... honestly, one of my favorite VTuber designs. Verone. Why? She is very, very well designed in that I can look at this and remember exactly how to draw her. Very, very simply, just very symmetrical. Like, this is basically perfect symmetry. But the asymmetry comes from these bones up here. The ears convey dog, bones, collar with the paw. It's very simple. The design allows you to breathe, and the highest point of contrast is the eyes. The darkest part are the eyelashes, the lightest part is the face. It is excellent. This is very nice. It's a very simple design. The asymmetry can also be in the clothing. It can help to give like a bit more movement to the design so it doesn't look like it's stiff, because otherwise it would look like she's wearing a rain jacket constantly. But because it's off the shoulder, you can see a little bit of what's in the dress, a little bit of the arm, and it's a lot more relaxed, if that makes sense. Silverbird, thank you for the resub. Happy 10 months. And Nomad's Out, thank you for the posture check. That's a lot of anime-esque designs. Let's look at more Western style designs. Golda, thanks for the breathe. Someone said Red Claw. Let's go with the humanoid model because we're mostly focusing on humanoid characters. Oh yeah, Red Claw's a beard. That's another one. Why is Kimray art showing up when I look up Red Claw? There we go. First off, Red Claw, very good artist. Love seeing his work. This is a really cool content creator. This is a bad picture, but it is the only one I could find of his VTuber model currently. Let's see, ooh, Cab? Cab's a good one. But yeah, Vazkiz, thank you for the earwiggles. So Red Claw did a very good job of, same thing, contrast. I apologize for the bad picture. Although the highest vibrancy, wrong color. Although the highest vibrancy is within the red parts, which is like the arms and a little bit here, the contrast is still very high. You know where the food is, oh, you can go back to the kitchen and get it. Sure, we got something cooking up back there. I missed the first part of the stream. Will this VOD be available? Yes! If you go to !YouTube, the VOD will be there. It will also be available on this channel for a while. But yeah, because of the hair and the beard, that is pretty much white, so that is the highest point of contrast. Your eye goes back up to the face. And that is what I like about it. I love designs that draw your eye to their eyes. I like it a lot. Alright, someone said Cabal. Honestly, Cabal is a great choice. Oops. There you go. This is one of Cab's old designs. Actually, no, this is more recent. Perfect. Cab, excellent. If you'll notice, it is the same color palette as Shoto. So, same thing. It's got the yellows. Bigger. It's got blacks. It's got purples. And it's got blues for shading. Excellent stuff. Great design. Very, very good. And if you look at this, Cab is meant to be a spooky cultist, you know? He is a caffeinated cultist of the Violet sign. Technically the cult leader. But when you look at him, look at his face. Look at his friendly round face. Look at all the roundness in it. He is friendly. He is friend-shaped. Cab is a great content creator. Absolutely love his stuff. Oranakun, thank you for the resub. Happy 16 months. Have you seen Haruka's new model since joining VShojo? Yes, I have. It is also quite good. But yeah, I love Cab's design. I like spooky designs, honestly. They're spooky villain designs. They're so good. They're excellent. They're wonderful stuff.
I thought you banned me from the kitchen on account of the fact that I keep eating all of the bacon. Also, before I forget, we're out of bacon.
Oh,
don't ask me how I know this.
Maybe I've just started to hide it. Think of that. Just congrats, I work in need of food or hugs. Hugs are great, honestly. Learning to paint minis, would you say things you're saying about color would also apply? Perhaps, I would think so. However, I have never painted minis. I know people who have, some of my friends do, but I don't personally paint minis, so I would not be able to say. Alright, so we've gone over features and proportions as well as head angles and design. Oh, great. Cam. Saw that, Cam. Thank you for the gifted sub to Surprise Mother. Thank you so much for the gifted sub there. Dramatic Wolf. Yes, you do. Ooh. Let me just pick up Red Claw. Yeah, there's a couple. Oh, shoot. Activity feed. Oh no, where'd it go? What do you mean Shadowfell? Yeah, I know, right? Red Claw draw. Maybe there's no S? I definitely didn't spell that right. Cool. Oh, there's an S. I don't know, maybe Twitch is being weird. Thank you for the hydrate. Evil Dr. Catfish. Oh, you checked? Twitch might be being weird. I don't think you read it right. Can you repeat? Evil Dr. Catfish? Or the gifted sub that Cam gave out? I can read. Red Claw never existed? Someone should tell Red Claw. I'm just stretching real quick, just making sure my arm doesn't cramp up. Because I believe I've gone over most of the things I've been planning to do today. We finished the lesson a little bit early, so I guess it's Q&A time. Oh, Red Claw's just Red Clawing up? Nice. Ah, good for him. Nice. Bam, bam, bam. But yeah, so for the most part today, we just went over what the X, Y, and Z, or... Well, we don't really go over the Z-axis, to be honest. Yeah, well, if we go over the Z-axis, then we have to go into 3D. I'm not a 3D artist. Not a great idea. But yeah, X and Y. X, and then Y is up here. Wrong size pen. Epic sigh. Thank you for the 100 shinies. You didn't have to do that. Contributing to the train. Also shouting out a request for either you or the art friends in Discord to review the character designs I'm about to post an artisan table. Character's old, but I wanted to see if I got the idea across the designs. Go ahead and take a look. No promises though. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to criticize because I am afraid of killing someone's art spirit. And because that's hard to get back. I've seen people who have been crushed for years and it is not pretty. Let me kind of do perspective and foreshortening on stream too. That's a little too advanced. We just got into head angles. Head angles is already hard enough, to be honest. But yeah, Q&A real quick. While I stretch out my legs a bit. Oh. Excuse me. Killing my spirit? You cannot kill that which is already dead. Exercise it. Could make it worse. Picked up my guitar and cannot put it down. Send aid. You back into your guitar stuff? Good luck. Hope you're enjoying it. Hello, Squiggles. How are you doing? Yeah, I drew and rigged and designed my own model. So, fully self-made. It's pretty fun. I love rigging. So much fun. Ah! I love art. I love art so much. Love you, boy. That which is memed can never die. Thanks, Squiggles. Horrible. Do you think I'm cute? Okay, you're allowed to have your own opinion. I guess. Can I take Yokomori? Take it easy. You draw bold and brash. What is bold and brash? Advice when asking for feedback on art is specific with the feedback you want. How is the foreshortening on the arms? How expressive is the face? What mood you get for the design? How's the color palette? Yeah, if you're asking for advice on a design or just generally looking for advice or feedback. Sorry, I said advice twice. Try to think about that's not how you spell feedback. Ignore that. What do you want to improve? What do you want to improve? Is it the perspective? Is it the anatomy? Is it the focus? The expression. Line of action. Line art. There's so many aspects you could be asking questions about. If you just ask, what can I improve? You're going to get a lot of varied feedback that might not be what you need at the moment. That is the rough part. Art is very subjective as well, so what may be considered good art by someone might not be considered what you want by you. It's hard. Schools, I'm surprised you know my name. Yeah, I know you. I saw the art you did of Gabi. It looked really good. It looked really good. I think you were playing Viscera Cleanup with her a while back. Like last week. That was pretty funny. Gecko, she loves art so much she forgets to eat sometimes. Listen, sometimes my brain just wants to draw and it doesn't want to cook. And so I don't eat for a little bit. But I've been eating at least 2 meals a day. And maybe a third after streams. I'm a functioning adult. I'm definitely a functioning adult. Yeah. Jellahulk, as much as I want to stick around, my phone is almost dead and I'm about to go to bed. Alright, good night. Get some sleep. Asla, I have my art critique before in art classes, and oh, I felt so crushed after one girl told me my style was too cartoony. I'm not good with real style art. See, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to anybody, because what does it mean to be too cartoony? What does it mean to be too realistic? It's art. It's what someone's drawing and what they feel like putting in the page. Some people want to draw cartoony. Some people want to draw more realistic. Some people don't want either. They want a weird abstract mess. And that's totally cool. It's wild. I have one arm. Thank you for the resub. Happy 15 months. 15-month hype. Thank you for all the laughs and all the chill environments. No worries. Thank you for coming in. Who made that? You're cute. You did this. How simple is it? So how simple is too simple? Made a cat OC for a PNG character for videos, and I'm worried that it will be too simple and it kind of feels boring. How would I make it more memorable looking? I don't think there's anything wrong with simple designs. If anything, it makes it easier to remember if it's simple. However, simple does not mean ununique. For example, look at Snack over there. He's just a little boar. He's just a little fella. He's a little guy. But to make him a little more memorable, what I did is I gave him a little collar, and I gave him a little bit of blush and cute eyes and streaks along his hair, so that he's a little bit more, not just a boar, but he's my boar, you know? Small details, such as, does your cat have a chip in their ear from, I don't know, a fight, or maybe they got injured? Does your cat have a collar? Does your cat have any distinguishing features, like, does he have white sock paws? Or does he have a particular color of eyes? Just something to make it so that it's not only a black cat,
Doubt thou
but
the
it is your
stars are
black cat.
fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar. But never doubt that honey is cute.
Oh, poetic books. Frog, we're all semi-functioning at best. Yeah, we're doing our best. Normally eat 2 times a day, but I thought that wasn't normal. It's not particularly good. 3 is ideal, but 2 is better than 1. I try to fit snacks in there. Whispers. Also, I'm glad you're feeling well enough to be back, or better enough to be back to this. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Almost fully back. I'm so excited for my ribs to stop hurting, because then I can finally do chin-ups again. I can do bar pull downs, but I can't do chin-ups yet. Almost there. A weird abstract message is bold and brash. I don't think I've drawn like that before. Why is your model cute and expressive? Thanks, Crimsy. Probably because I rigged it and I made it cute and expressive. All hard work, baby. Art school critiquers are the worst. They can't differentiate insulting from helpful. Be helpful and your critiques will reinforce the art and desire to create. Yeah. Wolfson, thank you for the 100. It's all in the flourish. Even the smallest details can argument this simple. That's how Virgil remained relevant centuries later, despite all his works having been done before. You also gave him a little tusk that also double his white mustache. Yeah. Like, small details that don't overcomplicate his design, but make him recognizable as him. That's what I like. I've had a Transformer OC in mind for a long time that I would like to make into a VTuber design. I want to make it look good and detailed, but also not busy. What would you do to find the right balance? Reference mech anime and see what they do to make their mechs look simple, but also well built. It's hard because I'm not a mech artist. I very much struggle to draw objects and robotics, so I might not be the best person to draw that or give advice for that. But I do know that the contrast rules, such as the brightest color and the darkest color being together, will draw the most attention from the eye. So that will probably apply to mechs as well. Most likely. Kirby was designed to be as simple as possible. That way he's memorable and easy to draw. Almost everyone knows who Kirby is. Exactly. Everyone can draw Kirby, so everyone can recognize Kirby. It's a weird design rule, but if you can recognize them and draw them, then they are memorable. You sometimes like to draw little doodles on other things aside from your tablet, like in your spare time, like napkins, sticky notes. Oh yes, I used to draw eyes on my math homework during class all the time. And then it went to faces, and then it went to full pieces. Like, it slowly progressed. But yeah, I just drew eyes on my homework. I'm just waiting for Honey to be able to sing again. Me too. Me too. I want to sing again. I've tried, and I can only do it for like 15 seconds before coughing. Mechs are difficult too. You would have to make sure you find a rigger that's able to make that into a VTuber model if you are planning on doing that. Probably not gonna put this guitar down until my hands are numb. Just gotta. Maybe go grab a snack. Maybe just grab a snack and see if that helps. Forge Master, I've been working on a tokusatsu themed design. Do you think going for lack of face and over-exaggerated reactions is a harder way to go about depicting my character? What is a tokusatsu? Tokusatsu. Oh, like a Kamen Rider. I don't think that's a bad idea. It will be a little harder to... Well, if you go the Spider-Man route, for example, look at Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man's face is technically covered the entire time. However, the eyes are still squishy and able to emote and react. So if you do a tokusatsu design such as those, maybe consider making the eyes very reactive, even if they wouldn't be on a VTuber model. However, if you want to go for a realistic, then yeah, just go for it. One thing that I do want to make clear is it is important to do what you want with your design, because that is what will make you the happiest, honestly. If you are looking for design advice to be an air quotes successful VTuber, I'm not sure I can give that. Because there are plenty of people with amazingly wonderful designs who have wonderful personalities and are great entertainers and just haven't blown up. And that is kind of how it works, unfortunately. Sometimes you can do everything right and still fail. Sometimes, actually most of the times, it's a matter of luck. I was very fortunate in how I started becoming a VTuber. It was all about, for me, it was just timing. I was at the right place at the right time. Almost every successful creator kind of has to acknowledge that. Is that they were at the right place at the right time, or they did something before everyone else was doing it. Such as Code Miko. Or even Iron Mouse. It is tough. I don't know if I can give advice that'll make everything absolutely work out for you as a VTuber. So the best advice I can give to you is to be something or someone that you will enjoy being. And hopefully, in a way, it is yourself. Gravy Protector, thank you for the resub. Happy 13 months. How's it going, honey? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good, just relaxing. I was looking at a Kamen Rider-esque character. It's nice. You offer paid classes on rigging somewhere. Making a VTuber character seems like a fun thing to learn.
It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life.
Yep, it's very true. And that's the scary thing, is yeah, doing everything right still might not lead to what you want. It's terrifying. But I do not offer paid classes. I did a rigging stream a while back. You can reference that if you'd like. I did a chibi model. I don't use it because my style has since changed and I've thought of a better way to rig that. But the principles are there. There's a lot of other rigging tutorials that are much shorter and condensed than mine, because I just do streams. I don't condense them into the important bits of information that you'll need. So you'll have to watch the whole stream to get how I rig models. But Kiro Omori, Dream Trove, they are great for live 2D tutorials for making VTubers. Highly recommend them. That's how I learned. Station. Glad I could catch the stream. Hope everyone's a good night. Good night. If you are heading out, otherwise, glad you're here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, this isn't a bother. I'm new here and want to ask what happened. How did you get hurt? Oh, I caught the flu and I coughed so much that my rib went out of place. It sucks. I was sick for about 2 weeks and the cough persisted. I think it was actually 1 week of really bad sickness, but the cough has just kept going. But yeah, I'm going to physiotherapy for it now. The silhouette test is good too. Yes. Like, who's that Pokemon? Exactly, Jacob. That is a great example. So, y'all know the who's that Pokemon thing, where it's just a silhouette of the Pokemon and you have to guess what it is? That is an excellent test for design. Not necessarily for VTubers, because sometimes the silhouette overlaps other VTubers, and that's fine. But if you can make your character entirely blacked out so that you can't see any of their features or design or colors, and you can still recognize them from the shadow they cast, that's a pretty good silhouette. So that's probably a pretty strong design in that your character is so recognizable you can recognize them from their shadow. I gotta take a sip. All about the lines that make edges rectangles and squares are what make mechs more mech-like than just add some cylinders and joints. Yeah, I can't even do that. 4 or 5 fingers on goblins. Depends. Some, like, I have 5. But that's because I think, like, I got a gnome somewhere in my genealogy. But, like, 3 fingers is also cool. Or, sorry, 4. I'm not counting thumb. Good night, Jexo. I added the face of my VTuber OC. I would like to know if everything makes sense from proportions, hair, and line art, along with tips and tricks. I spent high school, college listening to others tell me what to draw, so I fell out of art. And now I'm drawing again and drawing what I want to draw. Not worrying about what professionals or job wants. Yeah, put that if you're showing out the case of design, do put that in the comments so that people can understand where you're coming from. That's absolutely true. My favorite VTubers aren't super popular, but absolutely should be considering their talents, especially everyone's favorite art, Scubbo. Well, you gotta head out. Good night. Get some sleep. I hope I can sing too soon. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with chat and make sure I'm not missing any good questions. Not a question, but wanted to say your previous art lesson stream helped me get back into practice my basics. It really helped me improve. Good. Very glad. So that's what happened to the chibi model. Into the Abyss, though, is Honey's files. Yeah, I still got it. I just haven't exported it because I looked at it after a little break and went, actually, I'm very unsatisfied with this. I want to adjust it more. And so that will probably come before the Divine model. So it should be faster, but I do have other models that are not mine that are taking priority right now. I've been learning 3D modeling and I was thinking about making myself a VTuber model and starting a YouTube channel for programming and game development. Do it! If you're feeling it, do it. Go for it. If white is your main color on a character, what other colors would you use? Sounds hard, also just found you and have really enjoyed your contest so far. Thank you. Contest? Oh, content. Gotcha. But if your main character's colors are white, try not to use black. Because if you use the 2 opposing contrasting shades, the direction of your audience's eyes will be pulled everywhere, because contrast should probably be kept limited to the face or the upper body. if you have a lot of white and a lot of black in your design, I would tone it back and maybe make it instead a gray, like a light gray or a desaturated color for accents. Juniper is a good example for this. A lot of the design is white, but still has the dark colors. Then there's also Vebe or Zentreya. You can kind of see a lot of Shoujo's characters have like white hair, and you can see how they choose to accent their colors differently. It's very helpful to study other characters as well. Forge Master, I'll keep all the notes in mind. I know the road ahead is tricky, but the most important thing is to keeping heart and pressing on. Yeah, have fun with it. Buchin. You'll always learn more from loss than you will from winning. It's not about the one bullseye, it's about learning from the times you missed. Yeah. There's a saying, like, a master has failed more times than a beginner has tried. Yeah, I've messed up a lot of times when it comes to art. I've made a lot of art mistakes. I've made a lot of really gross palettes. And I've learned from them. I've learned that there are better ways of doing them. I've learned that, hey, this palette doesn't work, so maybe I'll stick with this one. Or maybe, hey, I drew this anatomy wrong, so let me fix it and try a different one. You know? Shepard clicks on stream for background noise to sleep with. Also me, is intently paying attention to the information being given. I'm glad you find the information helpful. Question, I know sometimes files get corrupted and work get lost. How often should you save? And how many files on average do you save before finishing a project? So, I actually do this a lot for my Live 2D files. What I do is I save anytime I don't want to redo the work. So whenever, usually that is at the end of the day for me, or every 3 hours. So every time I start a job and then take a break, I'll be like, okay, just in case there's like a power outage or something, I will put this file onto my external hard drive, and then I'll go to lunch, and then I'll come back to it and do the same thing after the end of the shift. Because the more frequently you save, the less likely you are to have to redo it. So I usually go by every 4 to 5 hours is ideal, because if you lose it, you have lost only 5 hours of work. Never risk more than you're willing to redo. Crimsy, I actually do follow Kiara Apart. She's great. She is really good. Haven't heard of Dream Trove, but I looked them up and I'll be checking out their videos. Thanks for the tip. I was mostly asking because your character seems especially fun and expressive, and I got an instant girl crush. Ah, thank you. Yeah, like, I learned from them, and then after experimentation and pushing it and testing out vBridger and new technologies and new techniques, I've kind of come along to what you see before you right now. And I've learned more since I've made this, so who knows, next model might be even better. Hopefully. The hope is to always get better. I had like 3 hours of sleep, but I can't settle back down, so I guess it's about no Cyber Goblin. No! Get some rest. I will also be wrapping up stream at about 15-ish, 20, because my voice is starting to feel in it, but also I've run out of teaching materials, because head angles are weirdly hard to explain as well as character design, and I thought it would be more, but y'all seem to have grasped the concept very easily, so good on ya! If you want homework, generally, I would just say do this with your character. Just create a X and Y graph with your character's head angles. Good practice. Also good reference, so you can draw your character from whatever perspective you want. You have a full body model or just a bust, and which one do you prefer? I have a full body model. Yeah. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit for you. Me, look, I can grab myself and move myself. But yeah, so this is my full model. I got legs. But yeah, like I rigged this and I got a full outfit change. It's cause, you know, cause I feel like it. I wanted to be spooky for Halloween, and here we are with a full demon model. But we're just gonna keep it to a lesson model today. We're gonna keep it nerdy and casual, you know? No winnings without risks. That's true. You gotta put yourself out there a little bit with art. I just started getting into art literally day 7, so I'm absorbing all this info and taking it in stride. Nice. You're a baby starting their journey. You're learning a lot of stuff. Don't worry, it can be overwhelming, but you're doing art, so that's good. It's hard even just doing art. Question, you said you're seeing a physiotherapist. What's their reaction to a goblin enters the office? They gotta really lower the chair and the table, and then I get to go, like, ride up as the table goes higher.
Oh, chat peeps of plenty. Oh, chat peeps of plenty. You are so adorable and deserve all the good things.
Thank you, Fluffy Boy. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Hello, this is very helpful Art Wars. Thank you, Pillow Lord. Hi. Is there a general workflow that you do when you rig, like specific parts order, or is it always the same and does it depend on the model? So what I usually start with is the most complex part, which is the eyes. So I want to make sure I get those right. If I put all of my good energy into the eyes, for the most part, everything comes next. Then I do the mouth. And then it's the hair physics or head rotation, depending on what the rotation is going to look like. Because if the head needs to rotate a whole bunch, I will usually do the head rotations first so that the hair doesn't break, and then I'll do the physics, but that's kind of interchangeable. Generally, I start from top up. Because the body, although very important, will not have as much focus and attention put into it than the face does. So that is where I put most of my energy. It's not always the same for every model, but so far it has been that for every model. I can imagine some would have more different workflows, but yeah, eyes are pretty important. Quick look down the super cool long hair. Yeah, the long hair. This one. All of the long flowy locks. It's fun. I like having long hair. It's a lot more to brush. You also have short hair. Hi. Anyways, back to the lesson. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. Not a relevant question. Have you ever worked on some art and your tablet and just crashes, or ever had a power outage and all your work was unsaved? I had that a couple times. Maybe like once or twice. Thankfully, I'm very cautious when it comes to saving my art, because I've had a lot of friends lose a lot of important work files because of the file just got corrupted, the program messed up, Windows updated, that happens, or power goes out. I think I said that already.
Honey has long legs, honey gob blush.
So much.
I'm off to bed, meow. Gonna get paid to bleed. I mean, donate
Oop.
plasma in the morning. Have a wonderful rest of stream. The cuteness overload from your art lessons today and general vibe are gonna guarantee I get pleasant dreams. Thank you very much for streaming, honey gob love.
Thanks, Jasper. I hope you do have a good rest, and I hope that you have a lot of juice and crackers or cookies after you donate some blood. It's good. It's good. Arthur, thank you for the posture check, and oh gosh, all the redeems. All right, thanks for the posture check. Excuse me. Thank you for the hydrate. Yes. And breathe. Alright. Are there any other questions before I move on to the, well, away from the art screen? I think for the, like, this was a very simple lesson, thankfully. I was worried that I might need to explain more, but it's fairly visually easy to understand. I like how your hair actually grows and shrinks instead of just toggles. Thank you! I took a little, it wasn't that too bad of a trick, it's just a deformer change on a parameter. Oh, thank you so much, that's so helpful. I'm trying to get better at rigging and faster. Thank you for giving me some outside insight. No worries. Oh good, glad I could help. Short hair makes you look a little more scholarly. Ah, yes. More, college professor. How do you battle the urge to scrapping everything after one mess up? A lot of the times, because I work digitally for the most part, I leave it. If I'm in a bad mood after a small mistake, I'll just go have a snack. I'll go watch an episode of something, I'll start a new piece, and then I'll save it and come back to it later. Because sometimes, as an artist, sometimes your mental state is very, very easily affected by your own approval of your own art, if that makes sense. And so it can be difficult to break out of that mentality. So sometimes you need a break from that mentality by not doing that piece for a little bit. Would you stay away from 2D VTube ideas that require things to pop out, i.e. ducks where the main feature being the beak? I have done a kobold before, where there's a snout. I would say I wouldn't avoid it. However, I would have to explain to my client, like, hey, I may not be the strongest rigger for this. There are furry VTuber model makers who are much more experienced with this sort of thing. I will be able to do it, however, it may be limited. And I would try to do it as best as I could. But like, yeah, that's one of those things I have to tell clients sometimes. It's just like, hey, I'm not an expert in this particular field. You may need a different rigger. These are ones I can suggest. Although their commissions may not be open, you can talk to them and ask. But if I were to do it, this is what I am capable of. It is your choice to decide. Put hair and glasses, clip. Educated. Mistakes can mess with you. Yeah, mistakes can really mess with you, especially if you're still learning. Because no one's really going to be as hard on your skills as you are. So especially when you're starting out as an artist, it's so incredibly important to remember that you are a baby. Lesson number 1, you're a baby. You're going to suck at it for a while. And that's how it's going to be. But the more mistakes you make and the more you learn from them, the better you'll get. And the faster, too. You archive VODs. Picked up some needed wisdom here tonight. I plan to review it later and looking forward to tuning in more in the future. Yes, I do, actually. ! YouTube will lead you to my VOD channel where everything is, thankfully, thanks to my mods guy. He helps to organize it and timestamp it. So thank you very much, guy. I do really appreciate that. It's really, really good. It's really cool. Remember, you are a baby. We all start as babies with all our skills, and then we grow. You wouldn't be hard on a baby for learning something, would you? You wouldn't make fun of a baby if they were trying to learn to write. Why would you make fun of yourself if you're just trying to learn how to do art? How do the different head shapes affect the head rotations? Like if you were using square head shapes. Oh, okay, that's what I can go over. They're fairly similar. Let's make this parent. So let's, for example, do the square head, because that's probably the hardest one to translate. She is grandma baby. Yes, I am. Hi, I'm actually kind of at the point with my fiance's model. He has a baseball cap, but his head XY range is pretty big, so I'm dreading the bill XY. Yeah, I think... Excuse me. Probably the best thing you could do for that is to draw a plan for that. Like, draw the cap at different angles, and do your best to follow those angles as much as you can. Let's see. For the square head. The face wouldn't change too much because this is an example, but it is mostly in the jaw where you would see the difference. So if the jaw was this from straight on, or just like a square like this, you'd have very similar rotations. The rotations are very, very similar, so this can very much apply to almost any face shape. That's why I tried to keep it as simple as possible. But again, it will probably take some practice, which is why for homework, if you would like, do practice drawing your characters in these angles. So it's not about 9 drawings. Do your best. It doesn't have to be extremely detailed or extremely complex. Just draw one of your OCs at all these perspectives. Do your best. Furry artists should be better drawing swoopy lines as opposed to furless humans. Actually, yeah, they probably would be. Tagging the mod again. The mod of the year or the month. Why is my brain struggling with this? I just think of like the SpongeBob employee of the month wall. What program do you use for your avatar? I use Clip Studio Paint to draw it, Live 2D to rig it, VBridger to capture the face, VTube Studio to project it, and then OBS to stream it. New artists will continue with their mistakes far longer than experienced ones. Mistakes are how we learn. So don't fret, just figure out what mistakes you made and try to avoid making the same ones. Yeah, at the very least, learn from them. Nothing wrong with still making the same mistakes. Just gotta learn slowly what makes the mistakes. Also, Froo, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I hope you're having a lovely Monday. How are y'all doing? Ooh, my mods are racing. Oh, you're playing Makers and Crafting. Is that just crafts or is that an actual game? Guess what I'm gonna do the whole day? Nothing. Nice. Relax if you can. Failure's the greatest teacher? Yep, it is a really good teacher, quite honestly. Oh, you're building a Gundam! Nice.
Question the stars on whether they shine. Question the water on whether they flow. Question the honest on whether they lie. Question the adult on whether they grow. Question what's nearby. Question what's far away but never. Question never doubt never qualm on whether honey is cute.
I was wondering where this was going. Dang it. Great, my OC has ram horns. It'll take me all night to figure out those angles. Yep, practice drawing them. Draw them from all these angles if you can. It'll be very, very good, because then you will be able to reference this sheet when you draw them from different angles. This Goblin, as a question, how can a goblin be so cute? I don't understand. It's all subjective, baby. It's all subjective. What cool model synchronization. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. It took a lot of work. Yeah, it's hard to explain what I use for, because there's so many programs you need to be a VTuber, especially if you want like 3D tracking. It's a lot of work. It's a whole mess of work. But it's really fun. It's really fun. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, like, there's so many tutorials online. Model captures a lot of her cute. I'd say the model is what's cute. Escape the love. Maybe I don't want it though. Gecko, question? Oh, got a question? Roger, Roger? CS Paint Asset Store has 3D horn models you can use. I didn't know that. And that would have actually been very helpful to me 6 months ago. Well, too late now. I've had to draw a character with horn rotations in like all of these angles, so check what assets are in the store. Make sure you always check. Different, you're learning Live 2D. Nice, good luck. If you're looking for tutorials, Kiro Omori and Dream Trove are really good. They are, I highly recommend them. Sent you a sick notes. I know you did. I know you did. My brain immediately forgot. Said I'll check those out. I forgot! I forgot! No, I meant the last TTS. Oh, yeah. It was a long TTS, too. That was Saranya Sakdev, by the way. I really need to say that since that is, you know, Shakespeare. Sense? Thank you for letting us know. Hair on this model is so good. You do it yourself? Yeah! Fully made this from scratch. Actually, there are no more questions. I will actually switch over to the regular screen. Ah! I'm back. We're back, baby! Back to our regularly scheduled chaos. You forget a lot. Not sure if it's an excuse anymore. I do forget a lot. Still gotta get tested for ADHD, but I keep forgetting to actually like schedule something. Ugh. Maybe that's a sign itself. Who again? Chat, please text me. Oh, so let me actually put them in. Actually, no, Kira doesn't have a Twitch streams on YouTube. Ira, Omori, and... I'm just gonna... see. Oh, wow. Yeah. Kira Omori and Dream Trove. They have YouTube channels full of tutorials for Live 2D, so I highly recommend you check them out if you're trying to make your own VTuber model. Because a lot of them have tips on how to start from scratch. So it's very, very helpful. They don't have, as far as I know, V-Bridger tutorials. That is specifically done by Artgun, the person who helped create the actual application that uses 3D facial tracking. As well as with 3D facial tracking, you will need different technology. Slightly different, depending on what level of tracking you're looking for. So it's a whole mess of research you're gonna need to do. I can help out if you need it, but otherwise just keep it fairly simple with those tutorials for now. What did you use to make your model? If you do exclamation point model, you will find out. Because it's hard to explain. Chaos isn't really the thing that schedules well. It does not. It's kind of random and whenever it feels like happening. Also, hi Helix. Hi. Also, yes, Sushi, I didn't model myself. Thank you for... But Raiders, I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. I do appreciate it. I'm not finishing up stream quite yet. I'm gonna cool down my arm, just stretch it, vibe a little bit, see if anyone else has any more questions. Because I got some time. I'm probably not going to stream until Friday. So, we got a little while. My voice has time to recover.
Hey honey, look over there. Jangle's keys.
I hate that works. It works every time. It doesn't not work. Ah! Thanks for the love the stream as always. Thank you for coming in, Sazriel. First time making it to stream. Look forward to next time. Well, thank you. I'll probably be playing video games on Friday, but for the most part, I do stream art and FromSoft games. Those are my two favorite things to stream. It's fun. It's very fun. Oh gosh. For paying... wait. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Oh gosh. And Black Venmir, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Thank you for coming by to say hi. Any thoughts on VTube Studio versus Leopit versus others? So as far as I understand, you'll have to correct me if I don't know, Salty, but VTube Studio is for 2D, Leopit is for 3D, and a lot of other face capture software is for 3D. VTube Studio and PRPR Live, as far as I know, are the only 2 2D capture softwares. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but yeah. Propane, thank you for the earwiggles. Thank you for sharing your resources and demystifying stuff for us. No worries. I'm glad that the information is helping, because this is information that I would have really liked back when I was learning art, or even just like when I first started VTubing. This is advice that I found particularly helpful and things that I've learned along the way. So I'm glad I could share it. Well, if you don't have ADHD, it's more like ADHD. Ooh, shiny. Yep. It'd be like that though, so until I get diagnosed, I won't know for sure. One of these days you'll be able to stream Silk Song. I still gotta beat Hollow Knight. Jeez. Another great lesson from the God herself, where we see Honey draw, the chat draws, and I don't draw because I was busy with homework. Glad we had the VODs though. I'm glad you were working on your homework though. That is very important. I mentioned that I made 3D models that I couldn't stream with, but one thing I've gotten a bit of mileage out of was a reference to what tattoos look like from different angles. That's really cool, actually. That's a great part about 3D is because it has almost full rotation, you can really grasp a lot of things that you might not be able to do with your brain, especially in 2D. Also, Sushi, thank you for the Prime. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Wait, what just happened? Oh, okay. For some reason that notification sounded weird to me. Jims, thank you for the resub. Happy 14 months. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty okay. And Quakehammer, Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How are y'all doing? Alabaster Devil. Oh no, the goblin got that smirk personality. I just got here to help. Oh. Oh no. You're trapped now, bud. Congratulations. Stuck here. How long did it take you to become a high level at it? Oh, live 2D? I've been doing it for about... So this model took about 2 months. And it took me about a year and 10 months to get this good. You can look at my VODs and see my old stuff. My old model, very clunky. Very, very stiff. However, I'm still very proud of it. It was my first one. I think I did a pretty good job, honestly. It was a good jumping up point. Oh yeah, super late. Oh no. Well, it's a good thing there's VODs. Thanks for being my mental coach. Good night. Good night, Pericles. Thank you for dropping by, and I'm glad I could help you out a little bit. Quick toss of shinies. I hate that would actually work. But also, quick camera, what were y'all drawing? I'm sorry I missed that. I've just been trying to make sure I didn't fall behind with chat. Kamikaze just spent the last 6 hours in a video call with my GF making PNG tubers for the both of us. Oh, she's a goblin with red hair. That's adorable. That's adorable. That sounds like a really sweet date, actually. I hope y'all were having a great time. But quick camera. We're just doing art. Nice. Damn. Alabaster, no, she's cute. Subscribe for help. Oh no! No one can hear you. Ashbeard, thank you for the resub. Happy 19 months. Oh my gosh. It's your birthday in a few days. Oh, January 11th. That's 2 days. Happy early birthday. Thought I'd share with my subs. It's been a while. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good birthday and you can relax and maybe eat something nice. Lester, I'm actually working on getting a model. Ooh, it just really depends on what options I can find by the time I get my tax returns to get started off. Nice. If it's your first model, like try to budget for it. See what you want and like look around at models, shop around, see what kind of vibes you like and show that to your rigger and be like, hey, I like how this model moves this way. Or if your rigger doesn't do that, just find a rigger who rigs like that, and that's probably the best solution. You probably already know this. I just get excited when people start talking about models. My bad. I'm remembering how in my home state they mislabeled ADHD as autism. Glad I got a new doctor. Oh, yeah, that's those two things are different, I'm pretty sure. I like how responsive your Abby is with your emotions. Thank you. It took a while to rig it like this. Gecko, I've set up my goals to restart drawing, but now I have to fight the greatest beast of all. That's a hard one. That is truly a tough battle. Good luck. Best thing for that, honestly, is finding whatever motivates you to draw. And for me, I like fantasy characters. It's fun. It gets me real excited, and I just start thinking about the weird outfits you can put them in. It's so much fun. Extremely one-on-one on how to hide hands. So Dorito, I have actually done a hand drawing tutorial. If you want to watch that and do want to find out how to draw hands and not need to hide them. So if you do !YouTube, you will actually find it in the, I believe it's in the Art 101 section, or it's in the Art VOD section. But yeah, I love drawing hands. I legitimately love drawing hands. They are so much fun to draw. You can do so much expressiveness with them. It is, oh, good stuff. Very good stuff. Scooch. Good job, you did great. The last I have to leave. Hope you'll get well. Be safe. Be well. Happy New Year. Such a great voice. Dad, have a good one. Thanks, Ninth. You take it easy and get some rest. Kamikaze, my GF and I are long distance, so video calls are the only way we can connect outside of texting. So it's nice when we have a day to do voice calls, and even if we don't end up talking all that much. That's super sweet. Oh, glad you get to have fun. That's the wonderful thing about the internet. Just there's a lot of like weird stuff that came with it, but the bridging distance is probably my favorite part of it. It's why I get to visit, like, see my friends who who are far away and overseas, and I can still talk to them and send them memes and laugh about stuff with them. It really is the best. Oh, Lester, I'm good with any advice. I basically got adopted by a VTuber I met a couple months ago, and she kicked me off with what to start looking for. It's good to have help from someone who's already gone into VTubing. Hi, Stink. How's it going? Google's told me you were dope, and I like me some Goblin and Grom. Why? Thank you. I think I've seen you around when you and no, not when Squiggles and Gobby were playing Viscera Cleanup. Yeah. Good to meet you. I like face details when I draw. I love face details. You can get so much good stuff in there. I love expressions. It's so much fun drawing expressions. Yep, the most spicy art on Twitch right now. Yep, yep. Right before you are, baby. Yep. Did a little hand tutorial for those who are looking for it. Let me throw stuff at you. No. Why would I do that? What if I don't feel like having stuff thrown at me? By the way, there's two BGMs. Oh, that's why. I apologize for that. I shouldn't have had that on. That should have been off. Well, live and learn. Trick is to draw enough fingers, but not too many. Maybe 8 or 9 per hand. Yeah. Just octopus it up, you know? They don't need bones either. They can be wiggly like hair. Someone was asking, for context, I think someone was asking earlier, but my commissions are closed. They usually open up after I finish projects, but I'm working on a couple of really, really big projects currently. And so, yeah. There is, excuse me, I do have a link to my pricing if you would like to see it. However, I cannot guarantee any slots. You can see my prices, but I won't be opening applications for a little while, so yeah, sorry. Thank you, guy. First model, very cute, also very charming, remarkably, wonderfully adorable. Newest model, same as previous, but somehow even better. Wears beautiful, regal-looking clothing. Oh, fancy. This Goblin may as well be in your house, and it's cute as hell. You have shiny things. Thanks, Blues. Go hand tutorial? I know. It was my spiciest stream. Drawing the hands and fingers interlocking. I'm surprised I didn't get TOS'd. Splooge, thank you for the hydrate, and Blood Ash, thank you for the posture check. Want to start doing viewer OC redraws on streams soon. Ooh, freaking love watching art streams. Yeah, I love watching art streams. It's so fun because it can give you insight on how someone else starts their drawings, like creates the bones of their roughs. And it's like, oh, okay, I can see this. I can learn from this. I love it. She drew multiple hands all stuck together like a gross degenerate. I was feeling wild that day. Pickleberry, what work do you do? I create VTubers. I make VTuber models. I do illustrations occasionally. And I stream. That's about it. Oh, bastard. Doing all this just so maybe I can get enough clout to send it to other streamers. Like, be a bad famous person because I just want to use it to prop up other people. Be careful. Trying to become a VTuber for viewership or clout is very, very difficult, and it is a very, very easy way to burn out. Best thing to do is to do it for yourself, to be a little character on the internet and do things you enjoy. He also sings, but that's just for— yeah, I usually sing, but my throat is still recovering. Hoping.
I love your heart-shaped
Friday.
earrings, and the elegant dress is breathtaking.
Thank you. It also becomes a shoulderless dress. I love it. I made toggleable clothes. It was very, very fun. These streams are fun to watch. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Whew. Non-drawing question. Have you considered picking up an instrument to accompany your singing? If you were to start, what would you play? Also, thanks for being a big old inspiration. Glad to be part of the community. No worries, Bucks. I actually have a ukulele that I bought off my friend for like 20 bucks. I learned how to play like 3 Adventure Time songs, and I stopped because I just didn't have time. Between doing art, exercising, trying to eat good, and doing work, it was just too much all at once, unfortunately. But I still got it. It's hanging out in my closet. Yeah, you also animate stuff. That's true. I animated my starting student screens and all my alerts, so yeah. Just like an end goal, I love entertaining, being the center of attention. Oh, good. Good. Folks, just be a funny little guy on the internet. Just be a funny little fellow on the internet. That's the best part. Yeah, the clothes moved. Are you also a dad or just a mom? I'm whatever I want to be, baby. Spaced out. There's so many people in here. Does everyone love goblins that much? Maybe. Who knows? I know I'm a fan of goblins, honestly. I want to draw VTubers also. Make some extra income with my art. I'm low on motivation after 5 years from hand injury. Ooh. Good luck. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Hand injuries really suck. Like, best thing that I've done, honestly, is train my left hand to draw like my right hands, just in case, you know? It's a thing I have to be prepared for that I don't want to be prepared for, but I am. Just in case. I still want to be able to do art. Cosmic Otaku. The only reason I consider becoming a VTuber
The
is
secrets of honey are as old as the universe. It is better to never know and live in bliss.
Sometimes ignorance is great. Other times, it makes you look like a fool. I know. I have been a fool before. I learned real quick. You Goblin would headbutt if I had the points? I mean, like, I can just do it right now. I can just do it for fun. Got a banjo, then it broke. Have you ever tried a Brody buttons? He makes great banjo music. I haven't. No. I haven't listened to much banjo music, quite honestly. Be nice. The only reason you want to be a VTuber is supposing marketing projects and being an absolute menace to my fellow schizoposters. Sometimes being a menace is fun as a VTuber. Very, very, like, kind chaos. Nothing bad. A little mischief. You know, among friends. Akira, you MB? Gender's weird. For the most part, I use she, her pronouns, but I'm a person. You do ASMR? I can't remember. It's been a while. I don't do ASMR. I've never done it before. Some people have suggested it, actually. Now that I got a really good mic, I've just never done it before. I just don't know what I do. Like, would I read a book, or would I whisper nothing, or would I just do like a whisper stream? I've listened to some people do ASMR that way. However, I've come along with me was when I first introductions to VTubers. I'm forever grateful. Thanks, Jax. I'm genuinely surprised at how many people like that. Quite honestly, there's so many talented VTubers out there who can like sing, dance, perform, and do so many wild, amazing things. And I was like, man, I can just sing silly little cartoon songs. Good night, Doctor of Scotch. Get some rest.
I would listen to Honey if she read the dictionary.
I actually used to do that when I was a kid. My dad had like, I think he used to collect like really, really big old Webster's dictionaries. And I was a kid and I loved books. So I would literally just open it up and then read. I would just read from A and I would only get to C because after that I get bored. There's no story there. It's just reading words. But it was so much fun. Dad used to not challenge. He used to like test me for specific meanings of words and synonyms. My dad was weird, but I love him. I'd assume most of this audience really loves goblins. They're great. If I could find a goblin of my own, I would hold her hand and never let go. Perhaps one day. You one day. Yeah, I just become a VTuber mod and you get to bully VTubers all day. It's way more fun. It's way less work, too. just making sure I'm not missing anyone's question. And just scream into your microphone. That would hurt my own ears, quite honestly. Go Goblin mode ASMR, where you just scream and yell and curse. Just challenge Tricky. See if I can screech as long as Tricky. Actually, that's a bad idea right now. My throat is recovering. No, honey. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just starting to get better. I am tempted now, though. No! Whew. I felt bedtime story? Oh, wait. Because I would love to read The Hobbit, but I think that's copywritten. Unless I delete the VOD. Perhaps I'll think about it. But I know that I can read the Brothers Grimm stories. Those ones I think are copyright free. Just same it in a lower voice, just like lower voice. Hello. Oh. I can't voice act. Wait, is this not ASMR? No, this isn't ASMR. This is just vibing. I was doing art. We did a tutorial. Lessons are over. Now we're just vibing after class. I can read us a script. I can read us a script of the B movie. That sounds so silly. Pixeled, thank you for the breathe redeem. Alvin, I see you missed class. I see you were a little late. You're lucky there's a VOD. Honey, you're one of them. You can sing, draw, animate, teach, tell engaging stories, all while being gracious and a cute host, Goblin. Yeah, I guess I can. I guess I am. I'm one of those VTubers, huh? Oh, thank you, Guy, for grabbing the VTuber tutorial stuff. Yeah. If you are looking to learn how to make VTubers models, do check out those two links. Hiro Omori and Dreamdro. Very, very good. Honey, is ASMR voice too smooth. Smooth. Almost like my name. Who would have guessed it'd be a fitting name? Like, I would not have guessed had you told me when I first debuted, because my voice was so shaky and so nervous. I could barely talk normally, and now I've gotten used to it. Now I've gotten much better. Akira, now that class is finished, here you go, Miss Goblin. Thank you for the apple. I actually love apples. It makes such good crunchy noises when you bite into them. Especially Macintosh apples. Oh, I love Macintosh apples. I bought a whole bunch of Granny Smiths. I gotta make a pie out of them. Like, they're really tart. So, oh, I gotta make a crust for him then. Yeah, I can do that. Maybe I'll make 2. I have some canned peaches I gotta use up too. I'm just gonna be making way too much pie. I can make mini pies. I can make breakfast pies. Oh, bacon is dangerous. My dad really did teach me to bake too early. Now I just love baking. You need a Seinfeld voice to do B movie. Thank you, Lazy Gamer. Goblins are pretty cool. I mean, I might be a little bit biased, quite honestly, but I think they're pretty cool. A lot of VTuber tutorials say you need to immaculately plan your debut. What do you think? Immaculate plan or just dive in head first? That is actually a great question. And I think you can kind of just do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a perfect debut. Like, heck, if you watch my debut, like, I couldn't even format chat properly. Like, chat used to be outside of the box. It was not good. I essentially did, like, a PowerPoint presentation without using PowerPoint. I just used OBS. I wrote stuff on a page, which was just, like, my likes, my interests, my disinterests. Things about me just to introduce myself. And I think the stream was like 1 hour and 30. Maybe it was only an hour. But I liked having a debut for me because I was so nervous. Like, I get performance anxiety and I have a lot of social anxiety. So starting VTubing, it helps to have a list of things to talk about, like bullet points, just so I could continue to keep talking. And get through the presentation.
Of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible.
I've watched this movie actually a lot when I was a kid. Debut is also on the VOD channel. Yeah, all my VODs are on the channel, actually. I think that's one of the cool things. I like having a VOD channel because I get to look back at it and see how far I've come. It's very satisfying to see just how much I've changed as a person, as well as how good my art skills have gotten. It's coming up on 2 years now. Because I debuted April 27th of 2021. So it's been a bit. It's been quite a bit. Still gotta rewatch my debut, actually. That was one of the subathon goals. Well, all but one. Yeah, we lost one VOD. That's okay. Never seen goblins with guns, but I come from a different place of origin. I'm terrified of guns. They're loud. Oh, they're very loud. I don't know if it's rude to ask, but why are you sideways? I just felt like tilting my hips a little bit. I wanted to test out a model that was more 3/4 facing rather than front facing. It just adds a little bit of dynamicism, right? Dynamics. Makes the pose more dynamic. I like it. Some people like it, some people don't. Well, that's okay. I was trying something new and I like it, actually. Thank you. Doing VTubing has genuinely helped me get over my anxiety about talking to large crowds. It does help. It weirdly helps. I've learned that a lot of my performance anxieties have to do with people perceiving my flesh. If that makes sense. So a lot of it, because I didn't realize this until after I met some of my other VTubing friends, IRL. I wasn't nervous until they knew what I looked like, and then I was like, oh, this is a special kind of nervous. Okay, so I only get nervous when people actually perceive me, perceive my flesh. But yeah, so being 2D helps with that. There's a B-movie video game, Max? One VTuber I follow read the entire B-movie script for the entire stream. She had not seen the movie beforehand. Without context, that must have been wild. That must have been absolutely wild. Which VOD did we lose? I don't even remember, to be honest. Diff, thank you. Dynamism. Dynamism. Yeah. Freckles are outrageously adorable, as well as the rest of your bubbly personality. Just want to let you know. Thank you, Lord Logan. Thank you. Apparently the flesh is pretty cute. Still get nervous about it. Everyone was very, very attractive at that camp. I met my VTuber friends and turns out they're all very, very hot. Who would have guessed, right? Thank you for being a huge inspiration for doing drawing streams. I've never had so much fun streaming. Thank you, Icarus. I'm glad you're having fun. That is very important. Hi, Vinyl. We're just about to wrap up stream since it is about 9:30. I can feel my throat is a little bit sore now, but not awful. So this is probably a good place for me to wrap up. My cake's buy panic? Oh. Oh, it was bad. The buy panic was everywhere. It was constantly a game of like who could fluster who, because someone would say a very offhanded compliment to another one of us, and I got to watch my friends melt and panic, and it was glorious. It was so much fun. It was so good. I love Iron Master's reaction to the B movie. Yeah, that's a fun little video. I'm indifferent to VTubers, but I will say your model is super clean and fluid. I like it. Thank you, Spirit Firefox. Very kind of you to say. A lot of weird VTubers out there, so glad you enjoy this model. My hands have become achy, so I decided to move on to Konglanging because writing is less stress on the fingies. Yeah, take care of your hands. You need those. VTubers behind the scenes are engaged. There's so much that goes into VTubing, honestly. So much. Gecko, it's almost 1 a.m. for you. Oh, gosh. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, chat. Didn't mean to cough on you. I'm absolutely enamored by how beautifully you and your expressions are animated. Thank you. Made it myself. Hi, Pixelhead. Take it easy. Hey, Digital. How's it going? Good to see ya. I'm feeling much better. My throat is almost all healed. Hopefully, should be able to sing on Friday if I play my cards right. I'm so excited to sing again. I'm so excited to sing again. Ears help with expressiveness a lot. They're so versatile. It's working perfectly. Thank you. It's 5 a.m. right now, but it's been ages since I caught a Goblin stream. Oh, well, I'll be streaming. My next stream will be Friday at 6 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. EST. So, probably going to be playing Elden Ring because it's nice to relax and just walk around in the lands between. So, we're gonna have fun. Pop. Are you a Giga Chad, honey? I like to think I'm pretty cool. I've come to accept that I am a pretty cool person. I think. I hope so anyways. I don't know. I've gotten so used to boosting myself up. Just like talking to myself while I'm working. I'm going, you can do this! You're so smart! You can rig this model! That my perception is just messed up a little bit. But yeah. Digital feel better vicariously for me then. I'll try. New Valerie. Welcome in. So I caught the flu over Christmas, and so that affected my throat. But it is getting better. It's for some reason the cough stuck around for an extra 2 weeks. Like it's still kind of there, but it's getting better. He's a big old dork. It's great. I already knew I was a dork. Never know how to dork. Sounds like a Gig Chad me. Oh. Thanks. Cool and chill, classy VTuber. You're also the reason I'm interested in VTuber stalls. So good job. Glad I could be your gateway VTuber. Well, if you accepted being pretty cool, but you still get flustered when we say cute. I'm getting a bit better. I'm much better than before, I think. But I still got some work to do. Ooh. Hey, Ninja Dragon. Not much is up. I am actually going to just double check if this person is still streaming, because they were doing something very, very cool, and I want to make sure that I can just say hi to him. They are. Oh, we can cause a little bit of chaos tonight, actually. Yes, I think we shall. So we're going to go to another art stream, actually. We're going to keep the vibes pretty fun, pretty chill. We are going to actually visit another VTuber who is very, very skilled. Also self-made model artist who uses this similar programs to me. I love her art. Oh, she's so good. They're so good. They're so good. They use they, she pronouns, just heads up. They're very, very cool. They're also doing a crystal-thon? They're doing I believe it's the equivalent of a subathon. But they're doing some art. They are very, very skilled at art. They have a wonderful rendering style. And I think it'd be really good to ask them art questions if they're willing to take questions. Because getting art advice from multiple people is very, very helpful. Not just one source, multiples. Good night, Blood Asp. So we'll see you next time. Can't wait for a future when we get Honey so past the biggest dream. I have no aspirations to go that high. I just want to have fun and do art and hang out. But thank you. That is a very, very kind thing to say. Good night, Holiday. Get some rest. Don't want to explain the crystal. Yeah, I don't want to explain that. You can ask Moon what that's about. So we're going to visit Moon Bitch. What should the raid message be? Art raid? Yeah. Oh, educated raid. That's pretty good. Or chaotic. I like chaotic art raid. Today has been a chaotic day. Ask your mama crystals. Okay, that's that's also pretty good, quite honestly. All right. Well, I hope y'all had a wonderful time today. Thank you so much for coming to this little art tutorial. I do very much appreciate it. I hope you had a lot of fun today, and you're having a wonderful day. And you're gonna have more good ones this week. We got a while until this week is through, and I'll see y'all on Friday. But yeah, Elden Ring, Friday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Let's go. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Jedi. You have a good night, too. But y'all get some rest. I will do my best to take care of myself, so hopefully Friday we can get back to songs. Homework? Remember to draw those OCs at those different head angles. Y'all have fun, okay? Good night. Take it easy. Bye-bye.